Maybe. Right, fantastic. So, let me try to remember. Okay, I literally rewatched the vid. So, as I recall, Elizabeta was trapped in a cage. She does not attempt to escape because she knows she might die in the nighttime. She ends up trying to become useful to Valak, and because of her possession by the Dark Forces, she is an interesting entity to him because he is of similar nature. And so they make their way to Zeidenberg because they realized by pure chance that they both hate the Strahd von Zarovich family and decided to kill him or at least get rid of Vasily. As they make their way into Zeidenberg, they of course will catch up with Reinhardt and John. You two gentlemen made your way through to the Grizzly Bear Inn. You caught up and licked your wounds from the ambush from the forest. Upon meeting the party, you went to your private rented out room, Reinhardt, with the group, and you discussed what will be your next hit. John made it very clear that he couldn't do anything at all, until he had some absolution for Alarion. He just could not believe that he could possibly have died in a land so twisted. And so you guys went back to the old bloated leech, now completely burned down and overrun by what looked to be cannibals, or at least some kind of monstrosities, obviously vampiric spawn for the players. But the actual district itself was under a quarantine to make sure it doesn't spread. And as you made your way deep into the fatal encounter where we left off, I'll quickly jump us back in. You, of course, slaughtered your way through the dungeon. Obviously, Reinhardt, you fell with the help of John. You felled Yuri the Giant, this towering 9-block meat of a man who I believe literally took like 8 rounds to slaughter, but did over 200 damage to everyone. And of course, Adrian got smited by Valak, and he was quite emotional about killing his old character outside of the game. And then, of course, John, right at the end, you guys stumbled upon the 2 pillars on either side, and you found Alarion literally like a not even Blood Eagle, quite literally felled. His skin ripped off him, and as if tanning spread between those 2 pillars with his scorched black skeleton, so he doesn't rise and could not be resurrected. At the bottom of the floor, his blood and actual flesh drained from the area. Obviously, the party collected all the goods. Reinhardt, you looted the play +1, as I recall. One of you picked up like a scimitar, I think it was, or a short dagger. But one of you did, while searching the goods, stumble upon the letter. So I will bring that back forward for you, gentlemen. The sealed letter upon, the Night Mother's promise upon one of the guardsmen, which was, of course, Adrian. So you can feel free to read that on your own time if you like. Otherwise, I'll wait for the rest of the party, at least Tarek, to show up. Because I don't really want to roll for him, but I will have to ask later for everyone to make me 1 stress roll, just because you had to face a horror that the human mind can't really explain. Obviously, John, I know you're a construct, but even you can't really understand what you're facing. Right?
Wait, can I roll my stress instead for Lorian's death?
Absolutely. In fact, I will actually roll for Valak. So just the charisma. It's a DC 12. It's not going to be too high. You completely won the encounter. Wow. Feels bad, man. Okay, well, +1 stress to Valak. It won't really show itself until the 2, 4, and 6 thresholds. So he's fine. I'll let him know when he comes if he does. And then Elizabeta, I actually need to roll for Elizabeta at disadvantage. She has a fear seed for vampires and supernatural creatures already because she's been murdered by one of them before. So let me just quickly roll that at disadvantage.
Is this a save?
Yeah, this is a save.
Can I guide this?
No, only because as a game mechanic, it really comes down to your own fortitude.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you're fine. You managed to push through the stress. Obviously, now that she is here, if he can join us, I'll allow him to roll for himself. I need to quickly roll a save for Tarek at disadvantage. Wow, because of disadvantage, he actually fails. So he will pick up 1 stress point. But that was kind of likely to happen anyway. Disadvantage on average is about -5. Advantage is a +5 to each roll. So, right. Past that, did anyone get a chance to read the promise? To the Night Monk's promise?
Question: are we long rested also?
No, we are just picked up from where we left off last time.
Okay, cool.
It's still probably approaching midday. You guys hit this place nice and early in the morning. So you're still wounded, your resources are spent, but, you know, what do you wish to do? Valak, I hope you're in better health. I was just asking for a charisma saving throw, DC 12, to make sure you don't pick up a stress point. Reinhardt, could you give me one as well, please?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, just a straight one from you. You don't need to roll at disadvantage. You don't have any fear seeds yet. You never know. Elizabetha obviously sadly got one. In fact, I just realized Elizabetha got a natural 2. Feels bad.
Charisma, yeah?
Mm-hmm. You're just looking for a 12 as your saving throw. I mean, you're a paladin. You should be fine. Yeah, you're not that fussed about it. Supernatural, normal people doesn't affect you. And a 15. Solid. Okay, right. So everyone except Elizabetha picks up 1. Sorry, no one else except Elizabetha picks up 1 stress. So I assume most of you managed to quickly read your thing or skim it through. I assume you're going to be heading out of this dungeon?
Yeah, it would be preferable.
Okay. Right. My sincerest apologies. I am struggling to find my own art. There it is. Okay. As you stumble outside of the long march through this alcove, right? This catacomb, again, once abandoned. Obviously, there is no cobweb here. In fact, ladies and gentlemen, you can see active activity and you can hear it above you as well. Though the smell of the miasma still lingers in the air. The torchlight that Reinhardt had used earlier is obviously here. I assume he's at the front again. Is leading the charge through the long Mocker's hideout, now abandoned, though it still looks freshly used, maybe not even a day or 2 ago, with some candles being left behind, and still John and Valak, you guys are quite perceptive. You can see the freshly solidified zinc on the sides. But as you make your way out of this catacomb, the first thing I will notice for you gentlemen is that you can feel the smell of burning flesh in the distance. Valak, just to confirm with you, which senses have you lost? Hearing and eyesight you have. Taste you lost. Feel you lost. But
let me just check my features and traits.
Because I remember you can see, I know you can hear, but you can't feel, you can't taste. But can you smell? Can you smell?
You don't need to eat, drink, or breathe. You don't need magic. Long rest in 4 hours.
Does breathing mean you can't smell, or?
He just straight up might not do the action to smell. Bro might just walk through everything, not even breathing the smell in.
I mean, you literally have no heart. Like, your heart doesn't pump.
Yeah, so it depends on how much muscle memory he really wants to emulate, whether he breathes or not.
Okay.
Because breathing.
I mean, I feel, obviously it's your character, you can tell me. I feel like Valak is a survivor, so you would be smelling out as a keen sense thing, not a...
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Like, you're not actively going out, but like once in a while...
Oh, yeah, no, he does smell, because I could smell the zinc from thing in Crest.
Absolutely.
When I went to the holy water and fucking got obliterated by it.
Yeah, as well. That happens when you're undead. Okay, no worries. Cool. All of you then. All of you, as you walk and your steps kind of echo through this hallway, this massive underground catacomb. You can smell already the miasma being replaced by the coming in ventilation, essentially, of burning flesh. Lots of burning flesh. And there is, I would say, a rising heat as you kind of step each footstep out of this burnt down inn to the street. And as you kind of push through the door and step outside, immediately you kind of see the footsteps of a marching Reinhardt and Elizabetha. You recognize it as the Black Sun Order, the 100 of them marching, and you can already see John and Malik for the you two, because you obviously don't know the order. Heavily armored men with plated armor, including helmets that hide their face, with viziers, usually using a spear and shield, marching with these red, like ruby red cloaks, but boiled black levers, and a white rising sun that seems to never really push past the dawn. They seem to have on their spear tips dry blood, and if you look at the body piles, I would actually ask for a perception check. It's quite far away and they're already burnt if you want it. If you want
Are
it.
you offering it to everyone, or?
Yeah, whoever wants it. Unless you're not too interested. There is just a pile of dead burning bodies. It's been...
I'm going to guidance if that is alright.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's only for the stress and horror system that I would say I wouldn't allow the guidance, because it's kind of your own constitution. Okay, sadly, Valak, I think you're just too blood frenzied from the battle. You don't really notice it. But John, you can see and recognize immediately that it looks like many of the bodies are turning ashen, and the scorching bodies seem to have longer teeth and sharper fangs. Almost canine in some places, maybe. The individuals being burnt seem to be their clothes ridded and out of place. They remind you in many ways of the Bayviews and how they dress, kind of tankard. But as they kind of stumble past you in this column of men, you then see them turn the corner and immediately, like, battles start crashing. But up to you, you kind of hear the riding of a horse, and suddenly a tall, handsome man holds his horse, like, kind of eats in and looks towards the four of you, kind of eyes you all up. I'm actually just going to do a very quick perception at a +8. 19. Okay. Huh. You all look quite fine, I must say.
Can I take in the features of this person?
It is a very charming, beautiful man wearing half-plate armor. He has a black, ruby-like, purple-like internal cloak and golden errands of what you seem maybe potentially royalty or high signal of his military rank. But on his black horse, he kind of eyes you all up and down and kind of looks towards you, Malik, then John, then Reinhardt. This is a most curious gathering. Tell me,
Do I
Go on, John.
do I get the vibe he's of, like, his clothes would be what I would typically see in the Mage Tower? Not like magic clothes, but I mean, like in the sense of it's a very, it's outlandish here. Like, whereas it's too not common. It's too rich. Sorry.
Absolutely. Clearly, this man, compared to the rest of his men, is of higher stature, and his uniform makes it very clear that he is in charge. And compared to most people you have seen, yes, he does remind you of Waterdeep's mage societies, and if not mage societies, the nobility, the petty lords and ladies of the land.
Is this supposed to be someone important? I'm not quite sure.
He looks important. I'm going to talk to him.
Yeah, of course. Ah, a paladin of dawn. Come.
Might we have your name?
Of course. I do not expect all my subjects to know me. I am Prince Vasily von Zorvich.
Man, Susan. Well met. What brings you around here?
As you can see, I am cleaning up the mess left behind by my dear cousin. She has turned up my town, but I will put the order back in place. And you, tall man, he kind of looks at you, Valak. You look like you're eyeing me up. May I be of assistance to you?
I fear not.
Well.
Just looks around. How many people here? Just to make clear.
Around him at all times there is about a score, so 20 or so people. But the other 80 have made their way there around the corner. And you can hear, even now, the distant battle, as you can hear like screeching and clawing of marks against shield and blade.
May I ask, where does your cousin reside?
My cousin. Well, last reported she was here in the dockyard.
Is the tavern we just exited close to the dockyard?
Yes, it's in the district. It's maybe you walk the street from the tavern.
Tell her that she should be careful. We've actually just come from there.
You have seen my cousin. I struggle to believe this. She is quite a minx, always vanishing into the darkness anytime I get close to her.
No, we haven't seen her, but we know that it's been quite chaotic. This place is lacking order.
Well, that is why I'm here to restore for my father's sake. But what I was going to ask of you, and he looks towards you, Reinhardt and Elizabetha, and then kind of really leans into Elizabetha's face. For a second there, I thought I recognized you. Forgive me. But, no, I have. You're that girl from, Kresk. Yes. What happened to your traveling companions? And in that moment, Elizabetha kind of just turns away, almost embarrassingly. I say, too harsh to speak, eh? Well, the land is harsh. My dear subjects, I wish to warn you. In 2 days' time, I fear my cousin brings an army. I don't know how she gathered one out here, but she has. If you're to stay in my town, prepare to man the walls.
Well, hopefully we won't have to be here in 2 days' time.
I likewise hope no one would be harmed. Please do not linger, lay about, and travel safely.
Likewise, you too.
Giddy up! And he
Could I
kind of
make
rise off his men. Yeah.
What check would I want to make? An investigation check?
Sure. We
I suppose. Nothing particularly like precisely to be investigated, but is it a full moon in 2 days?
Oh, that would be I would say a history check. Actually, no, history or nature, depending on. But nature at disadvantage because you're not a native. You have no idea what's going on in this land.
Smiley face.
Just saying it so because I'm imagining I must have picked something up while I've been here.
Yeah. Okay. You have been here and you've been following Elizabetha through Beres all the way to Valaki and then back through Keres back to here to Zeidenberg. You have been, as most people told you, seeing the recovery of the last full moon, and it has now been 12 days. It's been 12 days, and obviously you figured out that every 2 weeks instead of a full month, like in Faerun, the full moon keeps coming, and every time there's a full moon, it seems like it causes the worst of the creatures to come out from the woodlands.
I've actually been here for over 2 weeks now.
Oh yeah, then yeah, you would remember the last full moon. Absolutely, it's coming up. about 2 days left. Today and tomorrow. Before the full moon on the third day hits you.
Well, I'm no expert on surviving catastrophes, but I'm not sure if it's better to be out there in the wild or if it's better to be inside here.
Something tells me that being in here would probably be worse this time round.
He claimed he was a prince. What would that make his cousin?
I don't know, 15th line princess?
Must be strong, right?
Quite. If you also notice, he says von Zarovich, which is the family in charge of the land.
I did hear about that name, but I'm not too sure on it. I don't know what yet to expect here. I also didn't think there would be something capable of what seemed to be high-level necromancy and to kill Valarian. I believe it's necessary for our journey to rest.
Are you wounded?
Out of game, I'm 14 health right now.
Yeah, we're pretty low.
The only person that has
We speak in French now.
I was gonna say everyone. I think everyone is below 20 HP except Valak. So yes, Valak. Everyone looks absolutely beaten up.
Yes, the fighting here has ramped up to be significantly harder. I wasn't struggling this much in the wild. These necromancers are tough.
I see.
First things first is we need the rest.
Yes, an easy fight, but we cannot afford to take another one in the condition we're in.
Would the party like to head to the Grizzly Bear, maybe? The monastery? Okay, yeah, I just wanted to confirm.
Yeah, the grizzly bear.
Obviously, it's only going to be about midday if you're all off to rest for about the next 8 hours. So if you wish to do any shopping, it would be my recommendation. But otherwise, yeah.
I'd like to rest. I'm at the DRB.
Yeah, of course.
Can I sell my chainmail?
Can you summon... Oh, sell your chainmail?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Make out, so I only have to sleep for 4 hours.
Absolutely. This is going to be so good. I love this. This is my favorite pastime. Right, whilst everyone else heads to the Grizzly Bear, Reinhardt, you head over to the local smith. You can see him hammering away, cling, cling, as he works what seems to be short swords as you approach him. And this kind of like half crooked nosed, one side shaven bald, the other side kind of thrown back hair, kind of looks you up and down. Ah, a paladin of the dawn at my door. What a beautiful coincidence. How can I help you?
I have something I would like to sell to you.
Depends what you're selling.
And I pull out the chainmail.
He looks at the chainmail, kind of like, you see him push his hands across it like an art piece. Good craftsmanship. Very good craftsmanship. Looks almost new. I will give you 40 gold for it.
40 gold, okay. 42.
42? Deal. And he shakes you on it. He gives you 42.
Perfect, there we go. Hell yeah, I am now on 46 gold.
Please come again. I love a good customer.
Absolutely. If you have any weapons I need or armor, I will absolutely come to you.
You might want to check out with the Death Kroyatru for a better shield, huh?
The death crowd? Okay. Very well. Where can I find this?
And he points a bit right down the road. There's the dead man over there. Ugh. Speak up when you talk to him.
I'm glad. I've been in a good day, and then I'm gonna go to Demos Karate.
Yeah, so you enter Kuratu, the Tanner's location, and you see him like what looks to be applying a whole big skin on a like broad, I would describe it as Huskarl shield, and he seems to have been like pushing in the nails as you enter, and he kind of looks you up and down, waves you down. Welcome!
Are we back?
It's so nice to see you!
Hello!
Yeah, this guy's deaf.
I raised my voice as well. Hello! It is also nice to see you.
And he puts like the horn to his ear. How could I be? Oh, I'm so sorry. How could I be of assistance? I'm turning Indian, I'm so sorry.
Get my shield up. I'm looking for a new shield or upgrade.
You're looking for a new shield, look at all the brand new stuff I have, and he like motions over to the side, and you see like 2 levered Huskarl shields. You see not a tower outright shield per se, but almost like a legionnaire shield, embedded again with a thick boiled leather. Please choose freely. I also have, and he like heads to the back, pulls out what seems to be a small dainty like padding. I can also apply and modify armors if you like. Levers, cloth. I love needlework.
Well, I don't know how much you can pad this armor already, but what about my shield?
Kind of like really eyes it up and down, twists the horn, almost like thinking. Okay, I got an idea. How about 20 gold? I'm so sorry. I forgot to put my horn back. 20 gold for a 4 AC shield. Toughest padding you have ever seen in your life. Toughest padding.
This is 4 AC.
4 AC.
20 gold, I take it.
He shakes on it. He takes your shield, goes in the back, pulls out this gigantic Huskarl shield with a buckler at the front. I wish you good fortune and safe hunting, soldier. And remember, don't be a stranger. Puts the horn down and sings way too loudly as you head out of the store. Your ears still ringing as he is out of tune, unsurprisingly. Yeah, exactly. You clean out the wax as he continues to shout through the street. You can still hear him in the distance. Right, returning with the rest of the party. In the Grizzly Bear. Yeah, shield +2.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Right, returning back to the rest of the party. Who wants to pay for the rooms? Welcome, Tarek. It's nice to have you back. 2 gold. It will be 2 gold in total for everyone.
I'll pay for it.
You'll pay for it?
I don't even have 2 gold.
Nice. Okay, yeah.
I'll do 6.
Yeah, so John, you come in, you try to slide the 2 gold, and immediately Jonas just looks at you. Oh my god, absolutely not. At least 10 more gold for all the fleas I need to clean up.
I don't have fleas.
I'm gonna roll a perception check with a +4. Dirty 20.
There's a black beam going around his fur right now.
Yeah, he like goes all around you, kind of eyes up your body up and down in the head, almost starts like poking at the side of your head. Well, I'll be damned. A Bellevue without fleas. There's a first for everything, I guess. Alright, 2 gold it is. Right. Everyone's entitled to a long rest. You're in a safe location. You can head into the tavern. Obviously, if you're resting now, just a heads up, you'll be waking up around, nighttime. Basically nighttime. It'll be around 6, maybe 8-ish, anywhere in that range.
Do you know how long it was since I had an actual bed to sleep on? The moment I lay down on the I would literally go and lay down and sleep for like a whole 8 hours. But I'm just gonna be refraining from laying on the bed.
Yeah, you immediately crash out and fall asleep. Just outside of the table, I should let you know, you stumbled upon Vasily. He recognized you from Kresk, did mention where's your friends, and I roleplayed you as not desiring to talk about it. That's literally all you missed, really.
Okay.
And from the rest of the day, it was just Reinhardt doing a bit of shopping for himself. Right, so, the party. It is now approaching nighttime. It is, I would say, graphite gray in the sky. It's late afternoon. Torches are being lit. Braziers are being, ignited on each street where people need to travel. But you are all refreshed. You are full of HP. Your slots, because you're so low level, are basically recovered because they're based on proficiencies. So, what would you like to do? If anything.
I recover sooner than everyone else does because I only have a half-time long rest.
Yes, the 4 hours. So, Balak, we can start with you. Like, you kind of start, snapping your neck, breaking in your muscles again, moving, almost like going from petrified to more humane.
Is there a window?
Yeah, absolutely.
I look out the window. Do I see the main fortress, or do I see smokes of fire or piles of smokestacks?
Yeah, you can see through the window in the distance, on the top of the hill that is Zeidenberg's constructed, braziers shining bright at the top of the ashen stronghold, and you can see silhouettes even from here in the distance, walking its walls. You probably count like 5 scores of men walking around it. The gate, obviously even now you can tell because of how big it is. It's almost 20 foot tall. It's clearly shut with its birch burnt black oak. But the banners of the prince still wave in the distance. They're purplish black intermingled with a soaring raven. Yeah. The streets, though, I will say, are becoming more empty as nighttime is coming.
And he'll leave the tavern.
Okay.
Without waking anyone up. I'm gonna make my way towards the castle.
Okay. Right. So we're gonna have a 4-hour difference. Okay. Yeah. You.
I'll go back eventually. Don't worry.
Okay. Yeah. You make your way up the hill, trying to avoid, I assume, most people. As you kind of stumble across the streets, almost dragging yourself, if wading through water, your muscles not aching per se, but being unnatural. It's almost if a machine pulling you forward. Eventually you stumble upon the outskirts of the fortress, and you kind of hear the howling of the wind around you as you climb the hill. I assume you approach up to almost the gate.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm just scouring out the outside.
Yeah, you get up to the gate, and as you look up, give me what would the most accurate check be? I would actually say general wisdom. General wisdom.
My job is to keep them in check. I have to eat crazily. Stimulate stomach acid.
Okay,
But that's a saving throw. Hold on.
whoever has a random AI bot in the background, please turn it off. Stimulating acid reflux. What?
18 plus. I'm going to use one of my features of my past life to roll an additional D6. 19.
Okay, well, you almost broke my DC 20. I mean, I had DC 10, 15, and 20. So you made it to the upper branches. With DC 15 broken, you immediately reflect on your time fighting off the invasions of these foreigners from your lands, Valak. And you remember the fortresses that they constructed. And you, compared to most people on this land, can remember when this stupid Ashen Fortress was but the foundations. And you recall that it was constructed on one of the monuments to your people, a temple, in fact, to the Ceres, the goddess of wisdom rather than the huntress. And almost in a desecration, the catacombs were put to work as a prison cell. However, this knowledge now comes into purpose because, obviously, because you broke the 15, you do know there's a back gate into the fortress. It's not just the main entryway, though the entryway itself, with that wisdom check, you can tell it's very well built. I would say maybe 15 centimeters. Yeah, 15 centimeters thick, this door. You would need a battling ram to even try to knock it down. It would be much more effective to climb by ladder or hook. But obviously the walls are about 40 foot high. It will take you quite a lot of effort to pull yourself up, and that's without someone trying to prevent you. But yeah, you do remember the back entryways to the prison. The real question is, because you didn't break my DC 20, you actually don't remember the exact location where the temple exit was beyond the town, when the town was still small.
I got reincarnated in time when this place was a village, basically.
Yes, very much so.
At this point, this guy's in a fucking isekai.
I will say,
What's that thing?
with a 15, you do know it's somehow connected to the catacombs. I will say that much. But you don't remember which catacombs, because this placement this used to be again a graveyard for your people, a hillside burial. So those catacombs are ancient and go deep, far deeper than the bloated leech ever alluded to. But yeah, that's where you go on a 15. One away, sadly, one away from a critical success. Alas,
Yeah, damn it.
you still got
Just
something
look
to work
around.
with.
Is there like a peasant's entry, like a worker's entry, or anything?
No.
Or is it just the main gate?
No, this looks like it has only the main gate as the main entryway and exit. And the reason why, it doesn't take a genius, especially from a wild man's perspective. That's the word they gave to your people. You immediately realize that this is much like the Norman castles, is to remind who's in charge. And so they don't really need the workers. It's mostly there for the garrison, to keep people in check. And in fact, even looking at its position on top of the hill inside this, quite low, you must remember, Zeidenberg is constructed literally on the level of the lake, and the dockyard is connected to the lake, to fish and the local huntsmen. And yet this fortress, out of its way on the northern edge of the town, is constructed up just to make sure it looks down upon the people. It's quite symbolic, but also practical.
Damn it. I'll turn around and start making my way back. Actually, hold on, is there a library?
Yes.
No, never mind.
Yeah.
Fucking Moloch wouldn't care about fucking reading these bastards' language. I go back to the tavern.
I was actually going to ask, has Valak learned of the existence of the council? I don't think you have you? You don't even know this. No, you wouldn't know that the council exists in the stronghold. Yeah, it feels bad, man. That's your main entryway. Okay. Yeah, you make your way back to the rest of the guys. Right. I'll pick up with Reinhardt, Elizabetha, and John. You eventually all recover with your wounds, and Reinhardt, even you, felt stiff on the left shoulder, where that gigantic man swung his axe and almost ripped you in half. I think you took 34 points of damage on a turn. and kind of as you put your armor, you're almost like a man after a gym session, slow and kind of grunting as your muscles are, I would say, twisted in knots as you have to kind of stretch out your muscles. But eventually, you all kind of stumble out into the main hall in the second floor. There's like a small dining area that's designed for separate meetings away from everyone. Obviously, Valak, you return a bit frustrated, but you find your party sitting there. Elizabetha, I forgot to mention, I did roll for you. Because you have a Seed of Fear, I had to roll at disadvantage, and only because of that disadvantage, you did pick up 1 extra point of stress. So everyone else has 0, you have 1 point, and only because of that disadvantage, you were very close. You got like an 11 out of 12 you needed. Anyways, yeah, sorry. What would the party like to do?
Okay, what would the party like to do?
It is nighttime. Well, about to be nighttime, sorry.
I'm already falling asleep.
It's falling asleep again. Why did we go to sleep now or earlier?
Fucking get your health back.
All of you were wounded, that's why. All of you were severely wounded.
I'm disheveled. I literally get back up to so that, and I'd be like, because it's warm, it's soft, it's a bed, and also the fact that the pain from all that I had for all our journey, mostly for me, for 2 months straight with horrors, this is the best I've gotten for a long, long time. Goes back to sleep.
Okay. Well, you know it's nighttime, right? We can't go outside.
I mean, you can at very high risk.
It's not quite nighttime yet.
We got 1 second left, guys. Let's go.
I need to find a place to get rid of this axe.
What axe?
Cumbersome thing. Pulls out a silver grey axe. The very one that bit into you, for a matter of fact, Reinhardt.
Yeah, Reinhardt, you watch Yuri just pull out... Sorry, not Yuri. You watch Valak pull out Yuri's axe that almost took your entire forearm off earlier in the day.
It's covered in both Reinhardt and John Shigikami's blood.
Why didn't you come with me earlier to the blacksmith?
Blacksmith. They have a metal worker in this town.
Yeah, there is.
Orion's origin.
There's a metal worker and there's a tanner.
And a carpenter, if you desire it.
And a carpenter.
Build me a trebuchet, carpenter.
I mean, for the right price. For the right price.
Well, the good thing is,
I'll have to go and see this metal worker.
if you sell that item, nobody else will be able to wield it.
Right. Do you wish to head to the smith then, Valak, just to confirm with the rest of the party?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Right, Valak, we're just going to quickly bounce you then. As you make your way through the streets of Zeidenberg, people, Reinhardt and... Who else had 15 plus perception?
Me.
One of you didn't have it, I know for a fact. One of you
I
was...
don't, yeah.
Okay. Anyone below the 15 then? I think it might just be Reinhardt then. Actually, no. I think I can lower the DC to more like a 13 or a 12. Especially because of what Prince Vasily said. You guys can clearly see that people are preparing outright militias you see way more of the civilians with spears, axes. You know, the woodsmen you saw in the inn, Reinhardt and John, are now like sharpening their blades and turning them almost into throwing axes. Some are preparing basic levers, putting on what seems to be the best armor they can afford, be it rusted or scabbarded. They're preparing for something big, and you can only assume what. But as you make your way through the town, eventually you do all stumble upon Ferrum the Smith. Lesbitha, you recognize the swindler immediately, still swindling people away as the queue forms, and he kind of just grabs their cash. Go on.
Elizabeth crosses her arms. Well, I'll be the swindler, still doing this job as always.
Now, then there's no need for the slander, all right? I run an efficient business. I make good money. I provide a good service, and people pay the right price.
Well, you do have me there. You do make good fair prices. Sometimes some people barter, but you do yourself. You're the one who making the swords and daggers and all that. I can't complain.
I am overflooded with work, to be honest. I actually wish I did have for the first time competition, but there is no competition. There is only one and only available smith, and it will stay that way.
Right. Then why are you so flooded? What's happening over here?
That's a stupid. The prince has declared that we're gonna have to hold the fort for the night. No one's going to bed in 2 nights. The full moon, usually we would lock ourselves down, but apparently this is too much of a danger. Something about a foreign threat. As far as I'm concerned, we're stuck in this stupid hole, but hey ho. Apparently someone has stumbled into Barovia.
So someone stumbled into Barovia, making first time I'm hearing it, a foreign threat, and we're making the shithole a shittier hole.
Amen. Like we can spare the blood. Can you spare the blood?
I am very skilled with a dagger, but I don't have a dagger anymore.
Well, I mean, for the right price. He pulls out an iron dagger. It could be all yours.
Right, well, I can only offer you about 28 gold for that.
28 gold for a dagger? Where do you get customers like this? Oh my god. And that tall man right there next to you, come here, handsome. I made an excellent deal for him as well. For 42 gold, I got a chainmail. For you, sweetheart, only... I could never take 28 gold from you. I'll take 26.
2 gold off. Thing is, that's the only thing I need in my life, because you never know when you're gonna die, right?
I can't. You're too innocent. You remind me of my young girl. God damn. Okay, 2 daggers for 20 gold. Don't be so foolish next time. Oh my god. 26 gold
I know,
for a dagger.
I know how much a dagger costs. It's just that I want to just get like a dagger, maybe something else. Like,
what would you like?
Well, if I'm getting 2 daggers, can I have 20 gold? Can I just get 2 daggers and 3 throwing knives?
You would like some throwing knives?
Yeah. I remember when my pops gave me a little teaching on how to throw knives to the trees. That tree never said it had it coming.
Okay. Right, I got this beautiful, and he pulls out a fresh knife set. 10 throwing knives for 10 gold. And you know what? You're such a sweet thing. I'll knock the price half. 10 gold extra for the 2 daggers instead of the 20. How about that? And I see you thinking, time is money though. So come on, do you want the coin or do you not want the coin? Come on.
So that's 30 gold altogether.
No,
huh?
20. 10 for the 2 daggers. I knocked off 10 gold for you. And 10 for the throwing daggers.
That's the deal. Put my hand out.
Yep, she shakes it. Right, next customer. Have a lovely day, young lady.
Thank you. All right, well, I go back towards the party. It's like, did a good deal. The fact is that I know him more than anybody else, really. And that's the sad part. I said that to the party.
Valak, What would you like, son?
I'll walk in.
Yeah, you walk up to him. He's already like counting the coin. Oh Jesus, another giant. Oh my God. Right. What's up, big guy?
I'll just drop the axe on the table in front of him.
Cling, cling.
Bruh.
Oh
It's a
wow.
silver great axe.
This axe looks like an axe I sold not too long ago to a giant just like you.
Well, would you look at that? I think we found the person that you sold it to.
It wouldn't be from a tall gentleman with a throwback hair, would it?
It would be inaccurate to call the person I took this from tall.
He kind of looks
They were
up.
much larger than even I.
I don't know. I remember them being about your height, but you know, look, in my profession, weapons that I make, what do I care? Look, you killed the bastard, you bring back the weapon I made. Blood money is blood money. How much do you want for it?
It is made out of silver,
I know, I made it.
so I expect quite a bit. How much are you willing to offer?
I mean, you did kill my customer. I need to resharpen the thing. 80. I'll give you 80. Silver axe for 80 gold.
Looks around and there's weapons in here and whatnot, yeah?
Yeah,
There's,
like
armor on stand.
yeah, on public display. He has like an open smithy with what would you call sacked mannequins, kind of showing off some of the goods.
80 will do.
Okay. And the big man you murdered, that you said was taller than you. Did you how did you do it?
He was not dead. I shot at his knees and then buried my halberd between his eyes.
There we go. I've got you long list.
By Lathander's light, I fucking hate this place. He was a good man. But I'm not surprised. Right. Anybody else? Or do you want something, big man? You want something? You look like you want to buy
Nothing
it.
else.
Okay.
Not unless you have some form of magical items. Though you do not seem the kind to have
I don't.
an acutment for the arcane.
I don't. I don't play with that shit. I met a man who did. Funny guy. Red cloaked. Walked in here. Was trying to talk to me about escaping. And respect.
Alarian.
Oh, you know him. You're a related, maybe. Yeah, Alarian was a great man, I must say. We made a
Just
deal.
looks over his shoulder and just goes, "We've met." He looks over his shoulder towards John Shikikami outside
Yeah, I mean,
and looks back at him.
I assume that's his familiar. Myself, I struck a simple deal with him, and I'm willing to strike a similar deal with you. You look capable, so as long as you can bring me back some goods, I'm willing to pay you, about 60, maybe 70% of the rate. Obviously, they need to be sharpened, fixed, and cleaned. And in exchange, I might give you some discounts on purchases in the future. Sound good? Sound good? You understand? Fantastic. Can I just say, you speak excellent common.
He
Talent I learned.
I
he's
mean,
Pythagoras for a giant.
I mean, you're the first wild man I met that actually, outside of the big Yuri guy, he was, I mean, that guy, he spoke some, like, I was convinced he must have been a local, but, I mean, you should have seen how he dressed. Right.
It is a skill that I found I had to learn.
Yeah, don't worry, mate. We all learn to blend in. I learned it also. Godspeed to you. And right, returning to the rest of the party. You are in the town square. That you are surrounded by the carpenter, by the smithy, by the apothecary. If you want to pop in there, you got the tanner. Any other purchases we need to do? Are we good?
Does anyone else need to buy anything?
No, I'm gonna be waiting outside. I would never have walked
You
in.
know what? I would like to go to apothecary.
Okay. Right. You stumble in, Reinhardt, into the apothecary's store. Kind of mummified heads look at you, and potions behind him as he kind of, like with a bloodstone talisman on his chest, kind of turns towards you and like.
I'll actually also walk in here.
Okay, and Valak, you follow him in. Both of you kind of, as you push the door open, hear the jingle of ding, 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 like I would say rattled head bones of rats intermingled with like free tokens of feathers. As you stumble in, he's like, customers, wonderful, always a pleasure. So come in. Name's Vea. And you two fine lads look like... Okay. You look worse for there. He looks at you, Valak. And you, good man, look like you're a man of the dawn. So, how could I be of service for you?
I was wondering if you have any potions of healing.
A healing potion? Depends on what kind and how much are you willing to pay?
Right now, on me, I have 26 gold.
26 gold. Okay. Well, I can definitely give you at least one potion of healing. You can afford that much.
Sorry, continue.
I'm not too greedy. Can you spare up to 30 gold for 2 healing potions?
No, I literally only physically have 26. And I literally pour out my pouch.
It's a dangerous time to be alive. Do you have anything interesting you could possibly offer me?
Let's have a look. I have... Do you have holy water?
I actually would, yes. I would, for 26 gold and one of your bottles of holy water, I would, let's say 2 healing potions for 30 gold. They're yours.
Yeah, we take it.
And he slides over 2, like, mucus kind of greenish potions over to you. Make sure not to chug them, they're quite addictive. And I will put this to good use. And he kind of immediately pockets the the holy water and puts it under the desk. He looks towards you, Valak. And you, would you like maybe some potion to help you with your virility?
My virility is not lacking.
Would you like a potion to help with your complexion?
No.
He is kind of bugged up.
You seem like a wise man. Where do you grow your ingredients to make your potions, wise man?
Well, some of them I acquire from the local woodlands, admittedly, and caves. But I do grow some in my basement, mostly mushrooms and some cave plants. It's an open secret. Why you ask?
You would not happen to know of any catacombs beneath the city, older than your little settlement here.
I would. I'm gonna do an insight check at +6 though, okay? 9,
Right.
so I don't really have anything. I don't really know you, and what catacombs do you reference?
Ones that were here before Barovians arrived. The wild folk, as your people have so called us, used to bury their dead here.
Ah, yes. You wish to visit your ancestors. I can
So to
respect.
speak.
I can respect it. The old
I
entryway.
wish to know how to access the burial mounds.
The original path, as you probably know, is upon the stronghold. But when it comes to making your way into the actual catacombs that lead to it, there's one just beyond the lake in the woodlands. There's a tiny crevasse you can jump down, and you'll find a crack in the wall, make your way in, and you'll probably stumble upon a catacomb. You cannot miss it. There's 2 rotten logs next to each other by the entryway. I sometimes like to gather my goods. You'll find my burnt-out campfire. Though I warn you now, it's quite dangerous. I mean, I don't really venture in, per se, but I hear whispers of, cries of children. And I'm not a madman, but I would say specters and ghosts.
I thank you for your information. And I'll drop a bag of... Let me see here, how much gold do I got? Well, 84 right now. I'll drop a bag of 14 gold in front of him.
This is quite a lot for
Be
just
like,
for a location. Are you sure? I mean, I feel guilty.
yes.
I mean, I have
I
a
expect you to not tell anyone that I was here asking about these questions.
Ah, I see. The extra cash is... I see. Of course, I've never met you. All I saw was twins. I saw a tall Dawn Star and a second Dawn Star, but I'm old, of course. My vision is blurry.
And Warlock will make his way out and start making his way back to the blacksmith. Because I just remembered I have another silver item I need to sell.
Yo, Warlock, where have you been?
Yeah, so Reinhardt and Malak, you step outside the apothecary. Reinhardt, you, for some reason, Malak was asking about some catacombs. You have no idea why. And then he kind of stumbles back to the smith. Which item do you want to sell very quickly?
Silver glaive, the one that thing had. What's his face?
Adrian.
Yeah, Adrian.
How did you forget Adrian's name? I can't believe it, me who also forgot. How did you forget his name?
He offers 70 gold.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'm back to being the richest member of the party. Let's go.
Guys,
How much money you got?
Like
130 gold.
Yeah, I was gonna
You're not the richest person in the party.
Yeah, who's wealthier than me, gang?
Me.
Yeah, how are you wealthier than me, gang?
Because I ended up buying all my equipment. I didn't take any equipment. I just ended up buying mine with gold.
The starting equipment thing.
Yes, I had like 250 gold to start off with.
Very nice.
And I took
Adrian.
50 gold off because I don't need anything crazy.
Right. My only question then becomes, it is going to be basically nighttime. So unless the party wishes to do anything, I can just time skip us to the next morning.
Can't sounds appropriate.
Like,
There's nothing
obviously,
else.
you can
party
do
don't
whatever you fancy at nighttime. The world is your oyster, gentlemen.
There is something I would like to investigate. And unfortunately, I might need Reinhardt's expertise.
Very well then. Where do you want to go?
Down to the docks.
It's the docks.
Nah, sit nearby there. We're gonna, and if the rest of the party wants to join us, you're welcome. If not, fuck off.
I mean, John, Elizabeth, do you fancy tagging?
I don't mind tagging along. I like to do some dialogues with anybody.
Yeah, of course. You can.
Yeah, anytime. You don't need me to prompt you. Anytime.
No.
Nope.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I've already done talking to the Iggy game as Dagger, right?
Yeah.
I did tell Wallach like, look at you looking different today. Then afterwards, we're walking towards. Well, I'm following Wallach because I have like nothing else to do besides sleep again.
Thinking back on Vasily, when he stared at us, when he stared at Wallach, was there a shine of surprise or recognition in his eyes?
Very good question. I'm gonna ask an insight check from you against my deception, and I'm rolling at a +10. So I rolled really low, 13 to B.
Wow!
What did I roll? 22!
Okay.
Wow!
Okay.
Wait.
An additional D6.
Wow!
Why do I only roll a 1 on my D6s?
this we found
there
out.
goes both my
boys.
uses of fucking.
Boys, we figured it out. This is why Shia doesn't play bards. His bardic inspiration is ass. No, it's fine. It's
Wow!
Because we long rest.
fine. Anyway, sorry.
Long rest and I have one back, yeah.
So, though he hid it well for everyone else, Valak, you've been on this earth now for centuries because of your condition. And so, in many ways, as he looked into your eyes and you looked into his, for just a brief second, you could see his eyebrows raise in surprise before they went back to normal. And there is no way the prince should recognize you, because frankly, the prince wasn't around. You don't even recognize him from 400 years ago. But you broke my DC 20. I will say this much. The prince looks like a living reincarnation of, if this is true, his 40th great forefather. There you go. He looks like a spitting image of his great forefather that you used to once fight. There you go. Returning to the rest of the party, you said you're heading to the docks, right?
I'm not.
Oh, you're not? Okay. Go on, John. What would you like to do? I'll pick up with you then.
I'm gonna return to my room and pick out my scrying orb.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, John, I will stick with you then just for a second once the rest of the party make their way. There we go, sorry. So, John, you obviously have rented out the room for, well, until the next lunch. So you enter, no one stops you, you kind of close the door behind you, click. You kind of, I assume you lock the door. Maybe not.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah. You know, you push the lock and key in place. You stumble to your bed and you pull out your grey scribing stone. It is still lifeless, as if it's been spent. But you know for a fact it's been days. It should have been recharged by now, and yet it's just not working.
You need to answer this. I need to leave now. There's no point to me staying here.
Where are you going?
I'm gonna set it down and just start walking around it.
Yeah. You stumble around it for minutes. 10, 20. I assume you're going to push for usually an hour, right? Or how patient? How patient is
Looking around here.
John? How patient do you think is John? It's your character.
I think maybe 5 minutes, and not that the patience will run out, but the... I think almost getting annoyed.
Yeah. You walk in circles. At first clockwise, then anti-clockwise, and you wait and wait. You've been promised when you were first summoned by Larian's brother that you would be able to return from your duties to rest the second his brother is safely with you. And yet now that his brother's gone, you rightfully declare that the mission is a failure and you wish to return. And yet you're not allowed to because no response comes. The only thing that does appear from the scrying stone for a glimpse of a second is that it kind of goes completely dull grey, then kind of loses all light in general, and then goes back to almost like a cloud in itself, twirling within. And that's the most you got as a response. Nothing seems to come through.
When I see the color change, I'm gonna like push my paws into it, like staring into the, trying to stare into the glass.
As you stare into the glass, ooh, it's a very high DC. I need a perception.
Guidance.
Obviously, you can guide yourself. It's very 20. I'm not gonna go with 20. I'm gonna go 18. I'm gonna go with 18. 18 DC.
Do you have inspiration? We did long. Oh
Yeah,
no, I don't get a long rest. I don't get inspiration. I'm not a human.
You're not a human. You need a 6 is what you need. Wait, no, your guidance is not a D6, is it? It's a D4, right?
The D4.
So it doesn't succeed. You can't make out anything. The only thing you could have, just for a glimpse of a second, like I said, was the complete dying out of the grey, foggy, translucent colors into a pitch black, and then it went back to the translucent, greyish, almost fog-like interior. Nothing. No response, no communication. The words of the smith from your first time you encountered him kind of ring in your head. Who would wish to come here? We're going to be stuck here with the rest of us. And of course you kind of laughed at him then, but maybe there's some truth to it.
I don't understand why you won't talk to me. Did I do to be abandoned here? Have I not done what I'm supposed to? I'm gonna take a step back from the glass for a second. And then as I go to walk away, I'm gonna like turn back and see if it turns on once my like face is turned away. Like see if I'm not paying attention and then it comes on.
Yeah, you don't have to roll for that. You kind of try to almost in a childlike manner pretend to essentially be peekaboo as you walk away, and then kind of like glimpse back just to see if anything happened. Nothing. It's just still grayish, twisting fog inside. At most, like I said, once in a while it loses all magical effect and then returns.
I'm going to be stuck here.
I didn't do it.
I don't know if he's not answering me or if he can't.
That's the same thing.
What does that have to do with me? Isn't he the mage? Shouldn't he have figured out this place? Should be more capable than an Aryan in combat. I should be more capable than everyone else in combat, including the big undead thing. Why do I feel like I'm stuck here and I might die?
As the melancholic thoughts kind of grip you, I will say, if you wish, I would be more than happy for you to roll a D100. Obviously, below 50, you move more towards individualism. If you wish.
Oh, we'll take a gamble on it anyway.
For a construct as yourself, it is so difficult to understand why Oh, nice, 90 and a 3. For a construct like yourself, it's very difficult to understand why your master and creator would abandon you. You have served your purpose. You have obeyed all order. And the only single time that you can remember where you disobeyed and you went away from the path was the one time you made a decision by yourself, was to go to the Bellevue Manor, just to investigate it. It took less than 10 minutes. Surely you could not be getting punished for such a small deviance of essentially a curiosity, a childlike curiosity to explore and go beyond. But it's now been approaching a month in Faerun. It's going to be towards your 3rd week now, where there is no communication with the outside of Barovia.
It's like being abandoned by your parents for a very long time.
That makes no sense now. That theory wouldn't be correct. I'm gonna pick the orb up, lie on the bed, and just like hold it above my head and just stare at it. And I think that's all for John right now.
Yeah, as you kind of ponder it, slightly shifting the camera back to the rest of the party. Unbeknownst to you, with John going through essentially a self-discovery story of what he is, returning to the docks, it is now turning navy black, almost onyx black in the sky. If by all accounts it is nighttime, and the only thing that's keeping the town at bay from being completely engulfed in darkness is the braziers and the torches lighting the area all around you. But the dockyard itself, you can hear the tides kind of hitting from the lake of Zarovich. So not Zarovich, Zeidenberg. And as you kind of look over, you can see the Lunar River flowing down from the mountains, Reinhardt, which of course you know because you though not a local, you are from Barovia. And it of course attaches itself to the other side of the swamps and Berez. But for the rest of the party, as you kind of walk on the creaking wooden steps of this dockyard, is there anything you wish to do, gentlemen? I assume, Valek, you're leading?
I assume so in this moment.
Okay. And I assume you're heading towards the caverns.
Yeah, towards the wall.
Yeah. Okay. You return, stumbling through. Our advantage is just, could you give me a quick nature check? Because you're technically tracking or hunting.
You want to look into the nature check?
Valek, that's why I was asking who's in charge, who's leading us.
Nature or survival?
Survival, my apologies. You're actively tracking and looking for this. So at advantage. Oof. Okay. Well, I mean, the DC
All
is.
done.
I mean, the DC is 12.
I will roll my final.
I was
Wow.
gonna say the DC was a 12. Okay, yeah, you crack it with some difficulty, Reinhardt. You and Elizabeth, you watch Valek almost mechanically shambling about, struggling to locate himself. He kind of heads in the westward direction towards the Gakis Mountains in the distance, Reinhardt, and eventually you guys stumble on the outskirts of the wall. And beyond the walls, I would say, kind of following the beachhead here in the lake, a vulnerability. In fact, Reinhardt, you realize very early on in the defenses of the town, if someone could actually walk on water, as you stumble. Walk through water as well. But you stumble on, and eventually, gentlemen, you notice it, Valek, right? You descend down the sideway caverns, and eventually you stumble essentially what looks to be like a doorway inside a overhanging cave entryway surrounded by mushrooms. You can literally see yellowheads and Amanita muscarias floating around this area. But also, wait, Elizabetha?
Yeah.
I'm just thinking, sorry. Okay. You used to be a artificer, quite good at picking. I will immediately tell you that a lot of these are death clouds and slimy dooms. They are not edible. They're excellent. They're potent for poisons. Not edible.
And I'm seeing Warlock pick them up, right?
No. You just realize that you're surrounded by a dotting of these mushrooms on the outskirts of this cavern.
I'm just surrounded by these mushrooms.
Yeah, like right at the entryway, as the picture depicts. You can see it everywhere. These spore-like funguses.
And I'm all alone, right?
You, Valak, and Reinhardt outside this cavern. Valak kind of heading forwards in front of you two.
Reinhardt, I think I saw some movement over there. I'll stay right here.
Okay.
I'm just gonna tell them like these are poisonous mushrooms and these cats and stuff. You can make poison potions and sell for a good price. So I'm definitely going to have to pick some. Sorry about this. Don't worry, I won't mix it up with your health potions.
Do you think the apothecary would want that?
The apothecaries would love this.
Should also be aware we may be being watched right now.
Oh yeah, I don't really care about being watched. I've been looking for these for a very long time.
I mean, Warlock just reaches down, grabs a handful, and just pops them in his mouth.
What? You're not supposed to eat.
Oh my god. Yeah, Elizabetha, you watch Valak like eating nuts, or just keep popping these poisonous mushrooms, and he seems to be unaffected. And you know for a fact that they're so potent that usually one is enough to knock someone out, and he's already on his fourth one. He should be dead.
You can hold your constitution well, I see. But please, can you save some for me?
They taste like death.
That's the whole
This
point.
must be the place.
What should I explain to you?
I grab
I'll
a couple
turn
each.
to Reinhardt.
Yeah?
This is the place where you come in useful. The wise man in the town mentioned that there is undead that roam around here.
You see, that's what you brought me out here for. Very well then. Let's set aside, and I shall cast a.
I'm just like in the way, just getting the. Wait, one moment.
I will
There's
say,
gonna be this disgusting, slimy mushroom paste underneath Warlock's tongue. For anyone who dares to approach him too close, is just gonna grab him and spit into their mouth.
You know that? Wait. Shio, you know that one scene from Adventure Time when the Lich just basically puts his breath out and
god.
he just disintegrates? That's what I believe.
Oh my god. Just a heads up. How long do you wish to pick the food, Elizabetha? Say food. Sorry, the mushrooms. How long?
I'm gonna say like about just 2 minutes or 3 minutes, just picking up as much as I can.
Oh,
from
there's
one
so
area.
much here. Easily.
Yeah, because
Easily.
That's why I'm saying one area, just because there's so many. I just
I will ask though, how are you picking them?
how I'm
Pretty
picking
long.
them. I'm using the dagger to cut from the bottom.
Okay,
And, like,
smart
pick
to avoid any fungi. Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say collect 2 satchels full of
2 seconds.
yeah, you can put Death Cloud and Blood Caps in your inventory. The equivalent of about 24 or so poison potions if you succeed every single skill check and produce them. Otherwise, returning to the rest of the party, Reinhardt, you said you're going to cast something. So sorry.
Yes. So, first of all, how long do you think we're going to be in here for?
A little while, perhaps. I do not really wish to go too far in without the hair at our side.
I agree. Perfect. That's the case. I am going to use one of my channel divinity for divine sense.
What's the range of that again? 120 feet, right?
Yes.
Okay, the second you cast this divinity, your nostrils are hit with the stench of death coming through that cave entryway, through that doorway.
That's disgusting.
You- I would say easily a dozen. Easily a dozen.
There is at least a dozen dead in there.
I love it. I love it. And so I report on
Wallach's just gonna be crouched while picking up a mushroom. Unlike Elizabeta, he's not cutting them off, he's just pulling them out of the ground because he doesn't care about the fungi or anything.
Oh my god. Yo, Elizabeta, I need a con save from you because you're near him.
Yeah, I know. That's the most. I was
Oh my
like,
God.
I need to-
You need a
Should
con
be
save.
We used to pick these up to make hallucinogenics,
Okay,
believing
15.
that they
That's
could
good.
be visions from our ancestors.
I'm
Yeah.
just gonna be like, I'm holding up a scarf. Going.
Yeah. The DC 15 was the save, so you're fine. Immediately you cover your face with a scarf as your face is hit with this whiff of fungi. So it keeps just ripping out these mushrooms around you. And you try not to breathe it in. And it's good that you don't, because though you actually...
Because I whipped a little bit, I'm still affected though. Do I just get like bloodshot eyes or something? As I trying to go away from him.
The thing is, when it comes to blood caps, if you're quote-unquote little affected, you are now a barbarian. You get the rage effect for the next minute.
Well, I succeeded.
Yeah, you succeeded. So I would say you definitely start turning purplish red as your skin is trying its hardest to keep the spores at bay. But yes,
Because
Reinhardt...
skin really do-
Go on.
Wait, so because my skin, it is true that skins absorbs, toxic stuff sometimes. So all you're saying is that I look like a purple GIF Yankee at this point.
Yes, you look like a purple GIF Yankee just for a few seconds as you try really hard to keep the blood vessels from popping. Past that, Reinhardt, the air, it smells like miasma suddenly because you can smell at least, like I said, a dozen or so. You obviously you can tell immediately, undead, through that cave entryway.
Perfect. So I know where they are, yeah?
Oh, absolutely. They're within about 90 to 110 feet of you.
I would like to proceed and... Shall we enter?
Doesn't, huh? You look over his shoulder whilst crouching and just go, can you identify what kind of undead?
Yeah. Damn, what undead are they?
There's 2 specters and 10 ghosts.
2 specters and 10 ghosts.
Good. Can come back later then. We do not need to go forward right now.
You certain? Thin out the numbers.
No, there will be no need to thin them out if they recognize me.
Right then, as you say. Yeah. That's the case. Then let's return. Let's leave.
Okay. Right. You stumble your way back towards the Grizzly Bear Inn. As you do, obviously, I assume one of you will light a torch and lead you through the darkness. The town is mostly still well lit to keep all the monsters at bay. But eventually you come back. I assume you're going to night it off, sleep it off, and head in for the next day. Unless somebody wishes to do anything.
9.
9? Okay. Right.
Can I brew a potion? Or try to brew, not a potion, but like a hallucinogenic out of these mushrooms?
Do you have an alchemical kit?
No.
Yeah, that.
So I'm just gonna make do with whatever I had. Just using the tavern cauldron. Just fucking everyone that's gonna eat out of this cauldron gonna die.
The soup is tasty.
Amazing. Yeah. Valak, you Jesus Christ. You head to the fireplace. You see the empty cauldron, freshly cleaned because it's nighttime. Everyone's went to bed, and you put some of, I guess, the sludge
No,
from.
I won't put it in. I'll just stare down at it. Look around.
Yeah.
Probably best not to shit where you eat, so to speak. And I'll go back to the room to rest.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. All of you head back to rest unless you wish to do anything. Okay. The early dawn. Goes for early dawn. This whitish, silvery grey hits your eyes. If John is here. I feel John is not here. That's okay. I'll go with Reinhardt instead. Reinhardt, you're the next early waker. Kind of hits your eyes. You
John is
stumble. Oh, John, hello. Finally. Yeah, John, you've been kind of obsessing through the night on your stone, kind of eyeing it up, seeing if anything happens. I will say you are allowed one more perception roll, if you like, DC 18. But otherwise, I'll assume you went to bed.
Guidance. I got this one. Easy
Yes, you
peasy.
do. Yes, you do. Okay. You spent what feels like hours observing the stone, twisting it in your eye like a magnet, kind of trying to get a really good look at it. And eventually, as you're playing with this compass, you notice it. The faintest glint. There is a surging pulse, right? So faint, no bigger than a fly. It pulses inside the stone, and as it does, you see it. There's like black clouds that kind of appear around it and snuff it out, the flame, every time it tries to form. And so clearly someone's been trying to reach you. You can see it, and yet some kind of force is preventing you from communicating through the stone.
No mage, I can't figure this out. If Lorian was still alive, he would have been able to do it, but I...
Oh, right.
But Elisabetta might. She might have some magical capability. Can't say that I didn't pretend. Like I didn't notice her go invisible. I'm gonna get up to my go to the door to wake Elisabetta up.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna turn around and stare at the window for a second to see the time. Assuming it's obviously nighttime, right?
Yeah, a silvery grey has broken out.
No. It'll have to wait till the morning. I don't think it would be fair to wake someone up. And the mission is... well, it's been complete. I'm no longer in a rush now. I must figure out what I have to do. It can wait.
Right. John, you patiently wait outside, I assume, everyone's rooms. Not really fussed as much about the food or the desire to rush anywhere. Eventually, like I was saying, Reinhardt, Elisabetta, Valak, Valak, you just kind of ponder through the night. You also all wake to the early silvery grey in the morning and head out. And you find John kind of kicking his shoes, waiting on a bench on the upper floor dining table, kind of more used for tea, you assume. Well, he doesn't actually. Used for some kind of drink, waiting upon you all. Elizabeth, you also kind of stumble outside, though I fear Elizabeth is not here right now. Right. Would the party wish to do anything? John, do you wish to like to ask?
It's a party. I can't speak for the party, but I can speak for myself. Remind me again, what's the time? What's the sky like?
If I had to time it, it's like 8-ish in the morning. Again, without a sun, it's just silvery grey. Early dawn.
Perfect.
I mean, you lived here, Reinhardt. You know it's early dawn.
Perfect. Yes, I am going to go to. I'm gonna go downstairs. I'm gonna see who's awake, who's not.
Jonas is already awake, kind of preparing. It seems some kind of stew, you assume, by the
You know the
the
time I'm
cold-
going. I'm going in 6-7 minutes.
by the cauldron. He's kind of cracking on with that. Otherwise, there's no guests just yet. The doors are locked.
Good morning, Jonas.
Ah, Reinhard, I hope you slept well. Welcome.
Right. Go.
Would you like an early brew? I am offering rabbit soup.
Change the sequence.
Unfortunately, I've run out of money.
You ran out of money. Right. Come now.
We're gonna do it now. We're gonna do it now.
Come now.
What?
A man of your stature and health has run out of money.
Temporarily, yes.
Well, I wish you good fortune. If you need a job, I mean, you can clean my dishes in the kitchen if you like.
That's the most talented position, by the way. Sorry.
I think I'm most suitable for other means of job.
You're right. How about this? The guard are always looking for fresh recruits if you fancy working a standard job. I think the rate's not bad. Something like 2 gold coins a day. They'll feed you, you'll have a room, and you can have some savings.
Don't worry, I will find a way.
You'll find a way? Okay. Well, I wish you good fortune. It's being a hired blade is a bit inconsistent, eh? For the sake of good old times, he slides you a soup over. That one's on the house. Just remember me when you make it big one day, eh?
Yeah, I will.
Whilst you dine, Elizabeth, John was actually trying to get in grip with you.
Okay.
John?
What did John say?
He just
You're old?
Oh, there we go, sorry.
I go up to John.
I have a request.
What is it?
You are some kind of magic caster.
Yeah. Yes and no. More like a newly discovered magic caster, but yeah.
Okay. Come into my room.
Okay, that's very weird to ask, but it's fine. I go into the room and I just say like, so what do you need me to do? Cast you asleep or?
I'm gonna pick up the scrying orb and place it into Elizabetha's hands.
Okay, that's a very clear crystal orb.
Do you know what this is?
It's a very fancy glass crystal.
Can I insight check her? Is she being entirely serious?
Elizabeth?
Elizabetha, she generally sees this as an actual, just a glass orb.
Perhaps you were not the right mage for this.
Well, hold on. I understand that you can use this to concentrate your magic on, but like, what do you need it for, though?
I have no magic,
Right?
but this is... it's a tool. It allows me, or it should allow me, I should say, to communicate with... It is... Have you ever heard of the word scrying?
Scrying. Oh well,
The ability
there
to
was.
see your
I
invade
remember in my
into-
past life that there is scrying, especially for those pretentious wizards.
Yes.
But like,
Well, this allows me to communicate with the Master Deep Mantle at home.
okay, so you want to communicate to this deep mantle person.
Yes. However,
So so you want me to put my magic into this orb and see if you can use the magical power in the orb to communicate with your friend / ally.
well, I hadn't entirely thought of you putting magic in. I more so wanted to know why it wouldn't work.
Well, if I can use the theory of life transference and put it into my own energy to that orb, that could work.
I don't
It's
know.
almost as if it's like one of those like when I was when I was in the Huxes, when we were learning things, learned about how to put and create our own batteries using a vase and some alkali. But it's the same thing, just in different practice.
I don't know. What I do know, however, is that you have magic and I do not.
All right, well, let's go and try this. I put it on the table. If I see a table, if not, I'll just put it on top of the bed, right? And then afterwards, I'm gonna try and put in some of my magic using the life transference. But instead of in my own life, it's just my mana. I'm just transferring it down that way. I would gladly sacrifice my 2-level spell slots for it.
Just to confirm, you're going to spell 2 spell slots on what?
Mhm.
No, on what, sorry? On Scry.
Basically, John Shikigami would like me to put in some of my magic onto this orb to see if it can use the magic so then he can communicate.
I'll only ask for 1 spell slot, and I'll
Okay.
ask for an Arcana check from you. At advantage, as you feel a magical energy blast through your body, Elizabeth.
Okay. Thank you. I do that. It's going to take a while. Why does it take forever? There we go. 20 and 21.
Yeah. Okay. Elizabeth, you
Yeah.
kind of put your hand to the stone, and suddenly, John, you see the pulsing, like I said, almost fly, tiny, bean-sized pulse, finally erupt through the stone as Elizabeth's hand turns almost pitch black for a second, taking on the black cloud. Elizabeth, I will say, there'll be some longer consequences that we will have to talk about for your
Okay,
character.
Wait, is that cool? Do I have a black arm now or black hand?
Just for a second, your hand turns kind of onyx black up to your elbow and then goes back to normal.
Bro, you know how cool that would be? I'm like slowly turning into a lich.
Whilst that's happening, though, immediately the stone
Everyone
goes.
unanimously turns around.
In that second, though, John, just for like 12 seconds, you hear, "Hello, hello, oh my God, John, I got through you. Listen, you are in Barovia. You need to find a way to get out. Did you find my brother?"
Holy shit! It actually worked.
6 seconds, 4 seconds, 3 seconds.
I found him.
Right, you need to. Communications cut. As the black cloud once more interrupts the conversation.
Oh, it worked on a little bit.
Well, I mean, it may have been for the best that I didn't tell him where I found him.
I'm not. It was. We didn't know how long it would last, so I have a little bit more juice in me left. If you want me to do it again. But it will it will have a huge toll on me. We can do it later on, or you want to just risk it again.
I think we should leave it for now.
Right. Okay, then that's good because my arm's numb now. Like, I don't feel a single thing on my arm.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna-
The reason why is because you got 2 points of exhaustion.
yeah. Like that's great. That's fine. That's what I'm saying. It's not. I knew I'm gonna get exhausted. Right? Yes, finally we get to use the exhaustion mechanic. But yeah, like, actually, I just tell him I'm feeling numb. I need to get some rest on. We can do it next time.
Past that, looking back to Valak and Reinhardt, do you two gentlemen wish to join Elizabeth and John, or?
Absolutely.
Okay. Right.
Yeah, you just come in and I said, "Holy shit, that worked."
Yeah. Right now, you kind of enter middle of the conversation, looking for the party, and yeah, you find Elizabeth and John kind of, I don't know, kind of hunched over each other, their backs turned to you. John, I assume you pocket the stone.
Would it not be too big to pocket?
The stone? No, it's meant to be about a half a palm.
To a normal human.
Oh, very true. Okay, for you, it's a whole paw.
Reinhard, what's going on? Just look at me.
Maybe someone can hold this for me.
Oh yeah, sure.
Okay, yeah. I don't have deep pockets. I think Reinhard got one.
Ryan,
Reason why
Reinhard?
my satchel full was mushrooms
Just
right
fucking
now.
shakes the 8 ball.
yeah, Reinhardt,
what
you
is
pick
this?
up a... Oh yeah, go on.
Yeah, what is this?
Old
It's
magic.
one of- Yeah, it's John's very precious magical equipment.
Okay,
Can't get it to work.
I'm sure we can find a way.
Well, I know is the best way to do it is to find a way to kill Strahd the fastest. Cut the head of a snake, as they say, remember? Like the ancient times.
What ancient times.
Right.
I was just saying, like, killing a head of a
Well,
snake will just make it mobile.
Just fucking gives Elizabeth to the side eye.
Bombastic.
Come on. Even though I just got reincarnated, I still know how it's like to kill a vampire.
What vampire?
The Count. The vampire.
The Count's a vampire.
Yes. Strahd.
Calm down, that's such a basic accusation.
Yeah, but I reincarnated. I was a vampire hunter. Me and my party
What the hell is a vampire?
Undead.
Oh, I forgot. That's the reason why I kept quiet of saying of anything about fucking vampire. Alright, basically vampires are blood-sucking demons or humanoids that they are scared with the light. That's the reason why this entire world of Barovia has no sun. It's Strahd's like how could you say, wet dream of a world where he is basically playing God.
Sounds like Strigoi.
Strigoi, oh god, don't get me started with those things. They ambush you. They don't take in one by one. They come in like packs.
Needless to say, the accusation of Strahd as a vampire is baseless. There's
Well,
no
you can say that, but Do you know anything about a vampire? Do you know the weaknesses?
I can. I've never come across a vampire before, but
They're cursed. They're cursed by Lavander's light. If Lavander's light, the sun, ever touches them, they burn. There's also the silver. It hurts them. And also, if you stake them in the heart, they die. But if you kill them anywhere else, they turn into gas and go back to their coffin to revive themselves.
Warlock just shakes his heart. Another
You do
mention
know
of
who
this
you're
Lathander.
you do know who you're talking to, right?
Yes?
Yes, right. Good. Just clarifying. What am I again?
You're a paladin.
Thank you very much.
Another mention of a god whose light you live so far from.
What?
Warlock just walks out.
What's wrong with Bullock?
He's like that one.
False god worshipping pagans.
Who? I don't worship no god.
Okay. Right.
What god do you worship?
Glad that I'm in a party full of atheists.
What do you follow, Warlock? And ask him that.
Yeah.
I worship the ladies.
All I know is, I'm just gonna say this. All I know is that I don't
Seer,
follow
the
any
Huntress,
god
and-
unless they actually do give me a benefit.
Third one.
Besides Shaw, fuck the Shaw.
That I can agree with.
Like holy shit, can't believe that they're just a sham of a religion here. In all honesty, though, like in this party, I feel like I'm just being protected because anytime, any moment, in Zeidenberg or anywhere else, they're hunting me.
But you are being protected. We've no offense, but we've killed everything for you.
Yeah, well, yeah, I understand that, but you can never be too sure. You can't eradicate the problem simply by just one skirmish.
To answer your
I-
question, I
I-
worship the three Fanes.
I have seen that controlling bitch. She can do a lot of things. She scares me, you know. Like I get paranoid.
Whilst you kind of contemplate your relationship with Lisa von Zorovich and your encounters with her, Elizabeth, sorry, as well as
Yeah,
Reinhardt,
secret
as well as Valak and Reinhardt contemplate theology, and John kind of stumbles in the background with his stone. First hope ever of hearing Elarian's brother's voice telling you that did you complete the mission, and you have, and then your hope almost gets smoldered out. I assume the party will eventually start making their way towards the cave entrance again.
Unless anyone has anything else they need to do.
Nope.
Sell mushrooms to the wise man. Local drug dealers, Elizabeta, Constantine.
On a mission.
I go to the apothecary. I got the good stuff.
Let's go
Okay.
kick some ass.
Okay. Right, Elizabeta, you walk in to the apothecary, you said, just before as your little one-line side quest. The second you do,
This black screams, "Hello, Governor." I'm sorry.
the second you do, he kind of turns towards you. Oh,
Yo, I
shit.
think I see a mirror of Anders. Oh, sorry.
Another strange creature. Your eyes glow like a cat in the dark.
I am a curious being. And my curiosity did not kill me this time, as I found the most potent of poisons around here. As I just show him, I'll show the bag of it. Actually, like carefully gathered, not a single spore left off. Well, the rest of them in the forest got crushed by a friend, but These ones are intact, fully unscathed.
Your friend wouldn't be a man struggling with his virility, would it?
Oh, he's something else. I saw him ate all these mushrooms and never had a single kind of symptom. But the moment I smelled his breath, I almost died.
Yeah. I'm starting to get a feeling about what's going on. I'll think about it. There's someone I might need to speak with about your friend. He seems a bit out of place.
Are you speak? I'm just gonna say that the friends I have met is those people outside the castle. Like, have you known them?
No, I don't know any of your friends, girl. And one of them I swore secrecy with. It's just, I'm thoroughly surprised. He ate, you said, a handful of these mushrooms. This is a death cap. You know how
Yeah, death
potent
cap. Yep.
bloody frenzy. Do you know how potent these are?
Yeah, especially the cloud mushroom, poison cloud mushroom.
Yeah.
The thing is though, like these things would sell for a good price for you, and
Girl.
I'm not just here for the money, right? I'm also here to have like a business with you. If I find more, I will give it to you in a proposition that you pay me.
Absolutely. Can I borrow your finger?
Of course. What's it for? To check if it's poisonous? Yeah, sure.
What? No. He pulls out a pinprick, like hits you, and a slight blood like swells on your finger. And he kind of like scoops it up a bit. This is for my bird. He will find you with produce that I need. And he kind of like puts it up to the hawk's beak, and he kind of and almost seems going in a frenzy. Right, he'll find you wherever you go now. Do not worry.
Thank you.
As to
Do I need? Is there a special whistle that I can call him whenever I found some, or?
This is my compatriot. He is not a pet you just summon.
How does it know that I have like goods for you?
Not goods. I will send what I need. It will find you, I assure you. You are bound to it in many ways. And he kind of like starts playing with its neck, ruffling its feathers, and then looks back towards you.
I apologize.
How would you like for your satchels? Do you have a cost in mind?
Well, there's like when I said like a bunch in each one, that there'll be like 10 in each satchels then, right?
Yeah.
So I say like if mushrooms be like 2 for 1 gold, I would say like 10 gold for all of them.
You got yourself a deal. And I will pay you an extra 5 gold for some information.
Alright. But
your compatriot, he kind of starts brushing his hand across one of the smoothly mummified heads on the wall. Does he bleed?
I haven't seen him bleed before.
Fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. And you said he devoured those mushrooms and did not pass away.
He has a very strong constitution.
Yes. Strong constitution indeed. Very strong. Thank you. And he gives you 5 gold. Thank you. You have been a...
Good question.
Yeah. It's the least I could do for such fine information. Safe travels.
Well, I have confidence in my party, and also I have confidence in this gathering in mushrooms, but anytime, really, yes. Just, do you have a map where I can find more mushrooms? Or poisons and any herbs around here?
I thought you were an expert in basic alberbally. Do you not know?
Yes, I am. I just want more information of like other gathering places, basically. Because I'm going all over Barovia, by the way. Like, I
Perfect.
walk all over
Perfect.
Barovia.
Perfect. Then you can find me some of the rarest plants wherever you go. Beautiful. Bring them back for the right price, eh? As to a map, just look in some caves, look between some trees, look on the side of a tree, dig under a rock. You'll find them anywhere.
Well, those ones is very common.
I
All right, well,
I can give you a book if you like.
You know, that would be swell.
He reaches in the back, pulls out a book. This is a basic gathering recipe collection. It covers most of the plants here in Barovia. There are some oddities that I will admit are from a land I've never heard of. Have you heard of this Faerun? Sounds like a made-up place to me, but what do I know?
Actually, they actually exist. Faerun exists. I was there before.
You were in Faerun, a made-up fantasy realm.
Yes, I was a vampire hunter before, and now I'm here.
Ah, I see, a child. Do you, you wouldn't have developed amnesia, have you?
Nah,
You don't suffer from two personality syndrome, do you?
no, I only have one personality.
You're a curiosity. Do come back. I might have a solution for your delusions.
Well, if it's not death, then I'll be happy to do it.
It's not death. No. It's a potion or something to help with the delusions. I mean, I'm from Faerun and I was a vampire hunter. What fucking madness! And he slides the book to you. Be a good tool now. Go bring me my fine goods.
Well, whatever you say, just so I can just get you out of here.
For a fine
See you.
price. Remember, everything has a
Fine
price.
price indeed. Everything has a price. Walk out. It reminds me of that devil from Divinity 2. I'm not gonna.
No, I mean he is inspired by him, so yes.
Yes, I knew it. I knew it.
The party, of course, stumbles their way to the cave entrance. Who's leading the pack? Who's entering first?
Obviously, the brawniest one goes in front, and
Warlock.
also the second brawniest goes in the back.
Cool. Right. You enter a very dark caveway entryway. And as you stumble through the freshly flowing kind of trickle of water beneath, the splashing of pebbles as it flows almost in a diagonal angle through you, you can smell the miasma now for the rest of the party, not just Reinhardt, as you can feel the growing pressure in the air is almost descending deeper and deeper underwater. You can quickly remember, Valak, you must be now maybe a third of the way underneath the city, making your way towards the catacombs. But these caves obviously are naturally formed, and at one point you were buried into them. In fact, you can even see some of the ancient candles littering the sides of the cave entryway that haven't probably been lit in centuries. Most people have forgotten about this place. But as you head ever deeper, eventually, in the distance, gentlemen, you can see what I would describe as a collection of floating specters and ghosts, almost in a whirlwind formation, kind of stopping you from entering ever deeper, further into the catacombs.
Warlock will just continue, not really paying attention.
Okay. As you do, eventually one of the specters kind of looks towards you and kind of pointing a finger, raising it slowly. And the specters stop whirling and start almost diving towards you as if a coming tide.
We're in trouble.
I will roll at disadvantage a perception check because it's been hundreds of years and I need at least a DC 12 with a +4. Okay, even at disadvantage, they recognize you. One of them immediately halts, kind of stumbles, stares you right in the face, Valak. And though you don't recognize him personally, you recognize his attire in the ancient clothes of your people. He must have been here for half a millennia now, as he kind of stares you in the eye, floats around you, then looks to the party behind you. I will say, because I succeeded, he knows clearly you're in a group. So instead of attacking you, they form a wall of miasma and plasma as well. Essentially a shield wall of them, not letting anyone through, but they're not attacking you per se.
In Giantish, Warlock is going to say, I need to get through. Why do you block my path?
The spectre kind of floats forwards, and obviously a very thick, almost ghast-like giantish response.
You shall perish if you continue this journey.
Perish how?
The twin blades will clash soon in the coming night. You do not want to be part of this folly.
The female is here.
Aye, in the shadows, lurking.
Fuck. Another one.
Yeah, speaking in giant, right?
Yeah.
Do you understand what they're saying, Reinhardt? You don't.
I don't know.
No, Dwarvish doesn't have any syllables from giant crap.
Eventually, it kind of eyes you up.
If you continue in, brother, you shall perish.
Silly. The tyrant's son. He lives in a keep above our mound. The only way in is through here.
If you wish, we will let you through. But you do not fight just the devil. You will fight his entire entourage.
He does not rest. No. How powerful are they?
I believe that his distant cousin is a living replica of him. And they have already smothered our lands in this taint. You ask how powerful. I say that this curse needs to be lifted if we are ever to be free.
We'll just look around.
He is the land.
What do you mean by that? He is bound to this land now.
Indeed. He has corrupted the veins somehow. The goddesses do not speak to us, but whisper. No one seems to be able to kill him, and his power seems to have only grown in the centuries. In many ways, it is his prison.
you stay here, you'll be forced into servitude by them, no?
In many ways, I already am. I'm bound to these cursed catacombs.
And I offer you freedom. And I'll reach my hand out. Take sanctuary within this vessel of mine.
You would do me a kindness.
I would.
And so he
Though
does.
you will have to partake in my rage.
In many ways, as you do, Reinhardt, John, and Elizabeth, you witness one of the most bewildering sights in your life. Valak kind of reaches out, and suddenly, almost if a black hole, he drains in all of the ghosts, about 15 in total, into his body. And just for a second, as he kind of takes them all in, I will say, Valak, I will have to think on how this will impact us in the long term. But in the now, you feel reassured.
Applause change.
You feel, you feel an urge, like a powerful, I would say, pulsating energy within you. Though you also feel a loss of control in many ways.
What just happened to Warlock? How did he do that? Right, you don't know what's happened.
We
Is that
continue
some-
staring down the path.
It's like
Is
it's
that
heightened
something
energy
normal?
from something. I see him walking a distance. I just pace walked forward. And as I talked to Reinhardt and John, saying like, John, do you know anything from outside world? So. Well done. I'm just gonna ask him directly.
Warlock will
Warlock,
turn
what did
around
you
and
do?
start walking back to the party.
And I was just like, Warlock, what did you do there?
I offered them safe passage. Chance to serve me rather than them.
I don't understand what about the serving. Pretty sure I'm gonna not even understand it anyways. You were speaking in giant.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure I can't hear what the other person was talking. It was only just hearing Warlock speaking in giant only.
They both were speaking in giant, yeah. The ghost.
It's just-
This place is not safe. We should leave.
We've just got
The
here.
cousin of Vasily is here.
Cousin of who? Coming
They're
here?
here.
They're here?
Yes. They're down
crap.
there somewhere.
Well, we don't have enough enough time to hide, or even run.
Cooked into the corpse of my kin.
Let's just try and get out of here as fast as possible. All I know is that if you're dealing with a supernatural here, you have to trust the process. If you don't, you die. Just like how I almost died 3 times.
Yeah, fair enough. You make your way out of the caverns that lead into the catacombs again, and you stand outside the cave entrance. And Valak, you realize from your discussions about the incoming threat and how the prince wanted you to obviously be gone out of here if you can. It would be tonight. All these preparations that you guys have been halting.
So I suppose we now need to decide what we will do. Strahd is a stain upon this land. Him and his kin curse it. And it seems he is now bound to it according to those of my kin.
So that means what? You propose that we would kill him.
I am already bound to his death. I was revived for that very reason. Huntress with whatever little power she still has in herself. Brought me back for a reason.
Would killing him achieve anything?
It may perhaps free this land of his curse.
You're certain of that?
No, I would need to speak to one of the crones. There is one not too far from here, but she lives along a river in the mountains. Though, according to my kin, Strahd may have corrupted all of them. She may be twisted by his darkness.
Okay, well, maybe this is going to sound quite dumb. What is the Strahd curse?
I have no clue. Vision. Irina. I pray that my kin the rest of my kin have found some answers. You wish to leave this place?
That is correct.
According to the Revenant, you cannot until he is dead. Or until you are and you are trapped here.
I am not a soul. If I die, I will simply cease to exist.
Yes, but whatever magic conjured you, from whatever realm you originate from, you will not be able to return to said realm.
No, but I will also not return here. I will simply cease to exist.
I stare at John. Do I get... Does Warlock, because Warlock has been in the presence of the Fanes before, does he sense the same nature of the Fanes from John?
He is a spirit, a face spirit manifested into a physical embodiment. Absolutely.
You will not be able to return to wherever you came. If they corrupted the Fanes, they will corrupt whatever of you is released upon your death.
Well, if you are entirely sure about that, although I am not, cannot say that I believe you, I will simply not die. I will kill whoever it is that I have to kill. That includes Strahd or the Night Mother.
What of you, Reinhardt?
Look, all I want to do is bring justice to the land. If I bring peace and prosperity to the people, that is my aim, that is my goal. I will try to not kill.
What is your opinion on Strahd?
Look. Strahd has done wrong. That is clear. But everyone can be redeemed.
In the background, just like, I've been talking about this a while ago. I don't know. Now they're talking about it now. I'm just gonna keep myself quiet and just tell them, like, yeah, indeed, everybody needs to be redeemed. the only redemption is killing the enemy.
There may be no path to redemption for a monster.
Then if there is that, at least we've exhausted all options.
Perhaps.
Kill the heretic.
Then we'll need to return to Yester Hill to consolidate my information with my kin.
Oh, so you need to go back to. You need to have a gathering. Can tell them about what you've experienced.
Yes.
Why not? We can also be there to show proof of and validity of your claims too.
But if there is a battle to be had here between the family of Strahd, then I wish to witness it.
From afar,
We need to
or
see how strong they are.
that is true.
In your head, you do hear Valak.
It's tonight, ancestor.
I'm aware.
Just randomly, Valak just says, "I'm aware." for the rest of the party.
Yes, we are. Yeah, we know that you're aware of Valak. In fact, we don't know when is it going to happen, but if we need to, we need a place to observe. Do I look around? Is there a hillside anywhere?
You're on a hillside.
I'm seeing the whole thing,
Oh,
right?
do you mean just past the walls, up the the western hills into the woodlands, where you got
Just like
abducted? Where you've been abducted?
I was about to say that.
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
I'm gonna say that. Do you know the place that I've been abducted and caged and hanged on top of on a tree?
There's a crone. Oh fuck! There's a crone in the mountains, not a thing. My bad.
Yes. So what if we go back where it all started and stay there and watch with our own eyes?
Perhaps.
It's the party's decision.
I'm suggesting. I'm not saying we should. Like an order.
I know I need to
mean-
return to Yester Hill.
So let's go then.
Also, Warlock believes Yester Hill to be the safest place during the full moon, yeah?
Do you insight check him? Do you ask him that question and insight check him?
No, I believe he said it in the last session.
Generally, yes.
I would argue Warlock probably the oldest person here. He definitely looks it. I'm willing to take that risk.
As you desire.
Though it is possible it gets desecrated.
Hey, that is not my problem, bro. I do not have no power.
Worst comes to worst, we sacrifice Elizabeta to revive Kavan. We got this, champ. 24 out of 25 sacrifices. Either you or Reinhardt gonna go join Kavan.
Okay, so just to confirm, would you gentlemen like to head to Yester Hill to spend the full moon, or do you want to stay in the town for the full moon?
Might end up returning to the town to witness it.
It's your call. It's the party's call. I'm not gonna in any way control your characters. What would you like to do, gentlemen?
Yeah, man.
I would
That's
like
okay.
to stay with the party, but I would say Yester Hill as I don't much care for the town.
I agree.
But
But
I agree
at
too.
the same time, I feel like the level up path is in the
It's
town.
I have a feeling it is as well, but that also means the dying path may also be in the town.
That's true.
It's funny how
It's
those
fine.
two go together. DM, I've been selling baked goods for 2 sessions now. Where's my level up?
Yeah, we killed our old characters. Where's that level up?
I kept you as level 4. Anyways, yeah. Okay, so party. What would you like to do? Would you like to head to Yester Hill tonight, or would you like to make your way towards deeper into the town and potentially be on guard duty, essentially? It's a
Also
tough
don't wanna
decision. It's a tough
I also
decision.
don't want to be a god for a place I don't care.
You don't have to be a god, but it's kind of obvious they're preparing for a siege or assault is more accurate to say, an assault.
If there was one place that would be safe in town, it would be that monastery. The foul stench of zinc. When I approached it, it was the same smell as the pool of water in that crest.
I wouldn't be so sure. Not entirely. It depends. If you're looking at the normal nightly activities, maybe amped up a little bit, then I mean, yeah, it would be safe. But it sounds like there would be an attack. I don't think anything is stopping physical attacks.
Perhaps. Just be aware in Yesterhill. I look at the party and just go, some of you may not be welcomed.
Did he look at me?
No, actually, surprisingly, primarily Reinhardt and Elizabetha.
Whoa, but I'm not above you.
I'm like this.
That's crazy.
Has
Neither
nothing
have
to do
I.
with being Velview. Yesterhill is infused with the power of our veins. It is sacred land to us.
Franchise secret treasure.
Yeah, sacred treasure Warlock, bruv. And then
800
there's the
divine.
divine general fucking Kavan.
It's your call, boys. It's your call. Wherever you fancy. That's a people's reaction to Valak.
I think we're generally consensus. We're
Leaving
going
the
to go to
tower.
Yesterhill, and then from there,
The town.
Back
yeah.
into town. Back into town. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Okay.
We had level up and
Well, depending on how things develop, it really does come
Story
back.
progression. Yeah,
Pretty sure we're gonna get ambushed at least another 17 times.
we need to know our enemies before we decide to fight them.
Yes, yes. I know.
That is a very smart decision, actually, from that perspective.
Thinking like true tribesmen.
Okay. Yeah. Reinhardt, John, and Elizabetha, you follow Valak. I assume he's going to lead the way, being the main representative, towards Yesterhill. And you kind of go around the deep lake. Reinhardt and John, John, you're just getting your paws just completely covered in mud. And Reinhardt, you in a few times do just start slipping in your heavy armor. But eventually, you make your way through the brush and you stumble upon dry ground and you start climbing. Essentially, I want to say hill, but it's almost a cliff at times. But eventually, you do reach Yesterhill, this vast open plain beyond the trees and lake. And even from here in the distance, Reinhardt, you can see the winery because it just covers so much land. Though you don't need to roll a perception check, it is withered away, barely a winery. You remember the words of the son of the Malevics in Valaki telling you, my shipment's been late for a month, I don't know what's going on. And yet here you can in the distance see the winery is in ill repair at best, and you can see silhouettes walking upon it. Even now, I would describe it maybe 3-4 kilometers away. There's just so many of them out there. But returning to Yesterhill, there is a gigantic oak tree with beautiful crimson red branching out trees. And if you had to describe it, it's almost like a Gulithius tree. But upon it, there's also obelisks surrounding the area, John, Reinhardt, and Elizabetha. Elizabetha, for you especially, this is almost a PTSD trip as you return to the place they were trying to sacrifice you at one point. But eventually, Valak, you do stumble upon the worship.
I'm like a tour guide. That place that they hang me and cage me. Right over there, actually, was where the pie pit, where my stuff was laid across the table. The table's gone now. Okay.
Yeah, Elizabeth is kind of reminiscing on her time here. But eventually, Valak, you stumble upon the land, and you must say, Yesterhill is almost abandoned. Most people have retreated. There's about maybe half a score people, mostly priests.
You walk towards them.
Immediately, one of the priestesses kind of turns back to you. You recognize her. as Krila, the one who spoke with you last time, she like approaches you.
I need to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
That's okay, Elizabeth.
Yep.
Yeah, drops on one knee. Ancestor, welcome back.
Ancestors. I
And-
have taken on more.
I did not sense them. And in that moment, you can almost like, Reinhardt and John, you see like ghost hands almost erupting from Malik for a second. She's like, oh my. I was not prepared for this. But
They have been trapped within this realm since von Zarovich's rise to power.
well, curse their house and curse their name. We will have our freedom. Though,
Where has everyone else gone?
to the temple. Everyone's retreated to the safety of the den.
The giant statue of Kawan.
No, you obviously know. Just beyond the hills, there's in various of the hillsides. Usually, there's a temple or a den to spend your night in. Not always do you spend your nights in the open. Obviously, it's just too dangerous. And as you know, most of them probably retreated inside the temple because it's technically like a sacred location. It should keep most evil at bay.
We need to speak to everyone.
Feel free to follow us. I mean, we're going to be heading out as it becomes dusk. We've seen strange creatures in the distance. You wouldn't know of that, would you, ancestor? And
There's going to be a battle tonight. In the town. Von Zarovich's kin seem to have taken to infighting. And they are conjuring darkness to both of their sides.
She kind of looks at John, Reinhardt, and Elizabeth, and then Giant looks to you, Valak. Then why do you walk with them?
These companions of mine, he says in Giant,
Yeah.
are allied against Strahd.
Ah,
They do not desire to see his rule last much longer. Apart from that one, he's kind of a weirdo who thinks Strahd can be redeemed.
she looks at Reinhardt, then goes back to comment. Well, it's always nice to know we have allies amongst the settled folk. Well, I welcome you to Yester Hill. Mind you worship a foreign god to mine, but it is fine. Feel free to indulge in our hospitality. Though I warn you, a full moon is tonight. Do not dally.
We will be returning to town.
But you just said a great battle is going to break out inside a civil war.
Exactly. I wish
It's
to
just being said
witness
in
this
common.
battle.
Yeah, she's now
Yes.
speaking common. I mean,
We believe that we may be able to level up.
We wish to gain knowledge of our enemies before we decide how to fight them. Reinhardt here has unique magic. His faith seems to make him a weapon against creatures born of darkness.
an excellent tool. Good choice, ancestor.
And this one has the same nature as the Fanes, the weaker.
What are the Fanes? It's not a... I feel like I should know this, but...
They are
I will tell you when we are not surrounded by zealots.
They are the true gods. They are the truth, the freedom that you need. You only but need to swear your oath to us. And she kind of leans into you, John. The huntress, the seer, and the seeker. They will guide your path to freedom, child, as long as you are willing to serve.
No, don't quite understand any of that, and I don't think I will be. I'm not devoting myself to a cause.
As you desire. Remember, We are always welcoming new recruits. You too, heretic. Yes, you. I recognize that star anywhere. Repulsive thing.
Okay.
Do not insult our allies.
I apologize, but he's clearly one with the dawn.
He seems to worship more the light than the dawn. A weirdo amongst heretics.
A heretic.
A weirdo amongst weirdos, yeah, exactly.
I
The
like
enemy
them.
of my enemy is my ally.
Well, we can't be choosers if we are beggars. We shall be departing soon to the temple if you decide to tag along. Otherwise, we shall raise a bonfire for you, or would you prefer to sleep in the dark?
No, as I mentioned, I will return to town.
As you wish. We are just finishing our last rites, the protective runes around the tree. We'll be finished in about 10 minutes. And she goes back to chanting. For the rest of the party, you watch them continue their ritual. What would you like to do, if anything? Sorry.
You asked about the Fanes.
I did. Yeah.
You wish to know what they are.
Well, I wish to know whatever I can about them.
Long ago, before these Barovians came to our lands, there was only a few of us. A few villages at most, scattered throughout this valley. The Fanes came from a place referred to as the Feywild. 3 archfays. They offered us protection. They offered us security and prosperity. But in turn, they became our idols of worship. They became attached to the very ground, to the land, the earth, the wind, and the mountains. The weaver, the huntress, and the seeker. Tree before you is not from this realm, and it's not from wherever you came, wherever your master sent you from. It is from the land that the Fanes came from. They planted it here to be the heart of their power, so to speak. It is why they are protecting the tree. Though it seems since von Zarovich's rule over the land, the Fanes' powers have waned, and according to the Revenants, they have been corrupted. Though with whatever little power and sanity I suppose the Huntress could gather, she brought me back.
If the Fanes are all powerful, how could they be beaten?
Admittedly, the Fanes are not gods, though we worship them as such. More along the lines of lesser gods. The elves of this land recognized them long ago. Worshippers of Coralon, or whatever the foul god's name was.
It seems almost false.
I suppose from your perspective, that is what they are.
I worship something that isn't divine.
They offered us magic. They offered us protection. And all they wanted in return was worship. They were benevolent to us for what they were. But not just that, but they were extremely also powerful. An archfey, a single archfey is powerful enough to change a land's entire choreography. 3 of them together protected this land before Strahd arrived.
Must admit, does sound like extremely powerful magic.
It was powerful enough to revive someone that has been dead for 4 centuries.
Would I know if you would allow me to make an Arcana check of just necromancy being able to do that?
Yeah.
Guidance.
You might even want to make a goddamn history check if they
Oh,
fail.
no. Ah!
With a 3, as far as you're concerned, even necrotic, like incredibly high necrotic skill, wouldn't be possible to resurrect somebody. There's usually a 1-year time period. So this is preposterous, insane. Unless what he says is true, and they are almost divine.
Well, I've never heard of anything better. So, I must give props where they are due.
If you want, you can approach the tree. See if it reminds you of your actual home.
I see no reason why it would, but they also have nothing to lose. I am going to place my hand on the tree if that's allowed.
Absolutely. They don't stop you. I will say you take 2 piercing damage as the tree greedily drinks your blood. But past that, you do feel a sense of, I wouldn't say nostalgic home, but you have almost faint memory in your creation of a land similar, of a land with vast trees that reach up to the heavens, where you were but tiny, and you roam free through felt almost an eternal woodland. And in that sense, this tree does remind you of that vision, but it comes and goes.
Odd, but I was not born there.
There, Reinhardt. What god do you worship?
Reinhardt, that's for you, King.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's there around. Asmodeus! What? Fuck! You know what? Fuck it. Enemy of my enemy is my ally. Sure, can.
That's all good. Yeah. Okay. What's the word? Reinhardt doesn't know.
Reinhardt doesn't have a patron god that he worships.
What do you draw your faith from?
Simple. Faith from faith itself.
Not a terrible choice, I suppose.
I draw my faith from faith. The faith of Barovia, from the trees, from the animals, from the people. The faith that Barovia will be restored and be a safe haven for all.
Whilst you do your discussions, eventually even the 12 priestesses depart, Valak. And you guys are left here by yourselves on Yester Hill, the wind kind of hustling in your hair once in a while, and the sky turning darker. Those strange creatures, they announced, you do notice them now. You don't need to roll a perception check. In the distant woodlands, you can see people sticking to the shadows, silhouettes, maybe in the hundreds.
Time to go. I'm
It's
gonna
time.
start following the priestesses. Unless John wants to say something.
Oh, I said, are those hostile?
Oh, you can't tell. You just see silhouettes in the distance, maybe 400, 500 feet away in the woodlands. And they're hundreds kind of shambling through, trying to stick to the shadows.
They don't seem friendly.
Well, I suppose we should move.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Eventually, if you follow the priestesses, you make your way into the Wild Folk Temple. Like many of the, well, I say many, now few remaining temples around this hillsides of the far south of these mountains, you find the grazing mooses and deer, and amongst them the temples inside the hills, and people shelter inside, kind of waiting for you. They are surprised by your arrival with, the compatriots that you bring, Valak. But do not push them away per se or be too aggressive. They do eye them up quite suspiciously. One even in giant does mention to you as you pass, "Is this warranted? Do we not give away our location to the enemy?"
They will not stay here for long. And I doubt that the lowlanders will even listen to them.
As you wish. You enter the temple, and you said you were all going to wait till nighttime, basically.
Nah, I'm summoning a council. I'm summoning goddamn everyone.
Okay. The priests gather in a tight circle inside the temple. It's almost like a Greek theater. They sit on the stone stabs in a half circle of moon. There are some of the chiefs around, and the younger council and all the members, the respected elders, sit at the front. And they wait for you and the party, who I guess also take their seats. Eventually, like a silence takes over the room, and they wait for you, Balak.
There will be a great battle tonight within that town of theirs. Strahd's ilk seem to be fighting one another. It will grant me an opportunity to see what we are fighting before we face them. I was informed by my fellow kin that Strahd von Zarovich is the root of the curse upon our lands. And here, Wallach will put his hand out and begin to summon the revenants.
Yes. Almost if a gust of wind, they kind of erupt out of you in a whirlwind motion and settle around the chamber, taking their own seats. One of them, kind of sitting next to you, speaks out.
I bring information you should all hear.
And with that, I will actually cast in a 60-foot zone tongues. So everyone should be able to speak giant. As Reinhardt, John, and Elizabeth, suddenly all of you can hear this in a almost ghastly voice. This spectre speaks.
Strahd, almost 420 years to this day, went out, tricked our forefathers, my brothers and sisters, long before your time that he was coming as a herald of peace. But really, he brought nothing but destruction. He twisted the veins with his blood and the sacrifices of his ilk, and in exchange he became one with the land. As long as the huntress, the Sikh, and the weaver are bound to him, he is immortal. I have listened in on conversations. Some of you mention that Strahd, this is the 13th descendant. And I tell you now, children, my great-great-grandchildren, it is the same devil that walks the land. You speak of a prince. I've heard of none. How do you know it is not but a construct? And at those words, he does actually look towards you, John. How do you know he's not just a recreation to people at ease? Maybe it's false hope. Maybe it's just a facade to keep people on side. After all, it is their curse that bounds us to this valley that we are not allowed to leave. I simply ask you this. Who is our enemy? Strahd? What is our salvation out of this hellscape that we are all trapped in? The death of the devil. But he cannot just be slain. First, you must free the land of his hooks. And he has twisted it and corrupted it to his favor. There are three things. And he hands over, almost like a torch, his voice to the other ghost. The first is in the swamp. That is where you'll find the Sikh. The second is in the mountains, where the huntress sleeps. And the last is in the high mountains. That is where there's the weaver. Find the veins. Lift the curse. Gather allies and free yourselves. Otherwise, we are all here bound for eternity. Some know this better than others.
As his eyes kind of glaze past Elizabeth. And what... You don't need to roll a perception for this gentleman. You notice that he actually eyes up specific wild folk and ignores others.
Oh, it is a painful, painful journey to know that even now we have husks in our domain. Our numbers dwindle. Our time is running out.
Seeker granted one of our priestesses a vision not long ago. Devil seeking a girl.
That denier must be his beloved, the one he stole from his brother. It seems that this cursed game will never end. He murdered his brother to be with her. And the powers that be will make sure that he will never have her. Yet we share his prison for his crimes.
We must break this cycle between him and this lass.
More than that, we need to break the cycle between him and the goddesses.
Agreed. This girl, according to the priestesses. I look at the priestesses and just go, we have identified her to be Irina. She is in Crest right now, north of here.
Is she safe?
For now.
He doesn't know of her presence. Go on, John. Sorry.
Can I look at Elizabeth and go, isn't that where you're from?
I think Tarek muted himself earlier. 1 second, Damon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The response was yes, John, by the way.
Yeah, I said yes. I come from Chris. Yes.
And do you know of this person?
I just came in to see what happened. Like who are we seeing?
Irina. We're speaking to
Irina.
Irina.
Irina, isn't this Irina? We talked about. Sorry, was that the ghost girl that basically tried to take an image of Irina to coerce us outside the house?
I'm pretty sure
No.
Irina is the person who was the girl was there when I first got introduced. The ginger.
It's the
Oh,
young
yeah, that
ginger
one,
girl. Yeah, the 16
Yeah,
year
it's 16-year-old. All right. Yes, I remember Irina. Why? Nothing wrong with her.
She seems to be the target of Strahd's ambition.
And why is that? She's just
I
a young
have no
girl.
clue. But whatever
Irina.
happens, we cannot allow him to gain her hands on her. As for your question as to whether he is aware of her, as far as I'm aware, no. He has not yet noticed. Though I am sure it will not take long before he does.
I'm gonna say like, I don't think anybody around would actually notice that about her presence. As I look around our vicinity, I have to do a perception check, right?
For what, sorry? The perception for what?
Anything watching around us.
No, you're in sacred
Oh,
ground.
no, we're inside the temple. We're
Yeah,
inside the
sorry.
temple.
Yeah,
we're in
sorry.
safe ground.
You're because you missed it. You guys made your way to Yester Hill, and for the full moon that's happening tonight, to make sure that everyone's safe, everyone retreats to the various temples in the local region of Yester Hill. It's like hillside in-bolt temples, and you're inside one of them right now, gathering council.
Right. I will actually ask about would temples really protect us from the full moon?
Well, we are about 40 feet underground, and there is only one way up, and that's through that cave entrance up there.
Oh, great. The trap for us.
Hardly. And one of the druids kind of locks the door and cave with what seems to be roots.
Right, but like,
I will
there's one way out, and if there's a monster, one of those things are strong enough to go against a lot of men, right?
I would keep
Potentially.
your noise down, if that's the case.
That I just need to be reassured that
You're
Because
on
the one
sacred
hand-
ground, Elisabetta.
does the
monsters.
sacred ground help. Like,
For
no,
whatever
is it?
reason. Cannot approach this land. Not directly. Not unless
Well, I'll
they're
be
extremely
damned.
powerful.
I'll be damned if if the sacred power actually stops any monsters from coming. Then they could have helped us in another way afterwards. But it's fine.
They won't. As I said, we need to stop Strahd from getting his hands on her. According to this vision. And I look at the rest of the council and I say, I will seek out the Fanes. I'm the oldest amongst us. I'm the only one that remembers what they were like before all of this. The rest of you, though, must keep an eye on this Irina. I am certain soon I will make my way back north to Crest to speak to her.
We rule the
But
west.
for now,
She will be safe as long as she stays here in the woodlands. But, ancestor, and he looks towards Reinhardt, you, yes you, the big man, and the girl, points at Elizabeth, are you not the subjects of Strahd?
Why would you say that?
Well, clearly you're not one of us. We're natives.
I was born here.
Ah, yes. They come, they take your lands. Suddenly, they're natives, of course. Listen, soldier. What does Strahd speak of when it comes to freeing this curse?
I'm not too certain. I'm not really familiar with Strahd's words.
Is this a new girl? We've been told there's been whispers that they're trying to lift the curse, no? Elizabetha?
Actually, to be fair, Strahd does promise that.
Can you share anything? We don't interact with your kind usually, unless
Do I recall anything?
yeah. Growing up, you would always hear stories and this like almost borderline indoctrination process where they constantly promise you that they're working on a process to lift the siege, as they put it, of the fog off the land, and so you could leave the valley. And he promises that he will return you once more to Faerun one day. This like almost heaven-like land that he describes with open seas and beautiful blue skies and sun that obviously you don't even know what the sun is. You've never seen the moon or a sun. It was described to you as these like almost mythical gods in the sky that bring fruit and labor to the people and dreams at night. You would also remember that there was at least a mention a few times over your life of a cost for this freedom that he's been asking some people to prepare to pay. And I would say you would remember that much over your 20 years of growing up.
I'll explain all that you said right now.
What possible cost could they be demanding that we already don't pay? We're trapped in this cursed land. Unless... You don't think he's going to sacrifice the girl, do you?
What do I remember of the vision that was described to me? Because if I remember, a sacrifice was mentioned.
A great sacrifice is mentioned where an eternal marriage will be secured between the two, where they will finally, bound in hand, will be free.
I describe the vision to them. I say, it makes the mention of a sacrifice and that of a marriage.
He'll finally break the cycle, and he thinks he'll break free out of it. But if that's the case, ancestors, and he looks to the shadows, did you not say that he's bound away from her?
Yes. Every time he gets close, the girl dies.
Well, that can't happen. We can't allow that to happen. We can't spare another 18, 20 years of this eternal suffering.
So, wait. Are we saying we bring the girls to Strahd?
Absolutely not. I'm saying we can't have her die on us because, as far as I'm concerned, we have maybe every 2 decades a chance to escape, from what I'm hearing.
It seems we may need her aid to kill Strahd. Once and for all.
So our entire plan is reliant on someone else.
So to speak.
We can't always be the hero.
This is true. Though it is not just reliant on her. She needs to be kept alive. And the Fanes need to be freed of his influence.
And this gives us the best chance? Or this guarantees our victory?
It gives us the best chance. If Strahd succeeds, then there is an entire world that can fall victim to him. If we succeed, the curse is lifted off our lands. The mist We'll retrack to wherever whence it came from.
That's a big assumption.
Yes, it
But
is.
I mean, what do we have to lose?
Our lives. Our friends.
I lost them already.
Everything to lose and everything to gain.
My
When you
sympathies
have
go.
Indeed, but when I have nothing to lose, there's nothing that clings me to life too often besides hope. And if I want to do something, I might as well die trying. So I'm doing my best to fight for myself and everybody else. That's the only thing I'm going on with just now. So, excuse my depression, but I will not hesitate to strike the moment I see Strahd or his other people.
We will need to gather allies beside just the Thanes as well.
In order to gather allies, we need them to be aware of what's happening.
Agreed.
Well. And a map is kind of like laid in front of you all. Kind of motions around. Well,
Next one.
this is what I know. This is what we can share. And one of the other men kind of approaches. In Vallaki, there's a political struggle. Choose a side. You might win the favor of one of them. We know that in Beres, there's a lost cause. There's some hag there, and she will rather eat you quicker than help you. However, there is a talk of a knightly order. Don't lose out. In Kresk, where you mentioned the girls from, pointing at Elizabetha, I hear there is powerful clans willing to work with us. In Tuteldorf, I say it's a lost cause, but if you wish to head south, I've been told, from what I understand, there is a guild of powerful scoundrels for the right price. I also know that there is a strong order of men in the mountains just near Tuteldorf, and sadly, that is where my knowledge ends. I do not really know beyond the mountains.
That's fine.
But here in Zeidenberg, win over the council. That's your best chance.
Then that is what we will do.
It seems we are set for a mission.
I feel like
Indeed.
Reinhardt would like to go to Knightly Order. The powerful clans in Kresh, I haven't seen. Probably because the people from Barovia, their powerful clans must have migrated to Kresh. Zeidenberg, don't go there. It's a nightmare. I'll go south instead.
I will say right now that Zeidenberg might be one of our best shots at gathering allies. Do you know of the Gondraki rebels?
Rebels or not, I almost died there. My party died there.
And I send my sincerest sympathies, but I just wish to let you know that Zeidenberg, like Tuteldorf, has a strong population of local Gondraki rebels and folks like us. This is our base of operation if we are to ever gather a force. We need to win over these towns.
Agreed. Well then, it is decided. You will all protect Ireno, whilst me and my companions will head south and try to gather allies for us. Those of you that can, I suppose you can reach out to anyone that you are aware of to gather some more.
We can gather the clans across the west if you desire. Maybe
Do so.
we could probably gather a few hundred, though I don't know how many will be on your side. But you never know. A chance of freedom from this hell might just be the call we need. I wish you good fortune. Some of them bow for you, Balak, and they leave you. Others bow to the elders on the council as well as they depart. Returning to the rest of the party, however, you mentioned you would head back towards the town?
Back to Zeidenberg to see this fight.
Okay. The second... Yeah.
Go.
I was going to say, the second you step out in the distance, as where you used to ponder and you stood at the on the stool of Valak, you see now the lake and the town. It looks almost like a candle in the dark, as the nighttime sky, almost an onyx black, seems to almost engulf the city now, the town and the local region. But of course, being a full moon, it is more navy blue in the sky. And as they kind of send out some boats, even lighting them on fire, they create almost like a I would say 240-foot circle area of light around them, trying to prepare as much as they can. And even now you can see silhouettes, braziers and men holding the wall. And then below you, because you're on Yester Hill, below you see masses of silhouettes shambling towards the city in the, you assume hundreds, Valak. Some red-eyed and yellowed, others green. They all are heading towards the city. I mean the town, my apologies.
There's no time to waste, we need to rush back.
To the city and fight them.
Look, we joined the main forces. We can't let the town fall. Right now, as much as it pains us to say, we need to help Strahd in order to beat Strahd.
Indeed. We need to make sure that town does not fall. At the very least, we need to maintain the stalemate between his two kin. Between his son and cousin.
Are we going to make a difference to the battle?
Always.
Oh, more than we would make one without being there.
Listen, I can't doubt it. John, you have good mobility skills. Reinhardt, you're a great knight. Wallach, you're big. Right? But like, listen, if we're fighting, just don't hesitate to run. Okay? The last time my other party done so, one of them even ran towards the enemy, willingly, to die.
That's like a brave man.
Sounds like a very brave man, but his harrowing baby screams says otherwise. But don't worry. Just by experience, please. I want to be with you. I want to make sure that you're safe. I want to show that I'm useful in battle as well. So whenever there's time, don't hesitate to shout, cry out for me to help. Somewhat heal you with my power.
Okay. Right. So just to confirm, the party is dashing towards the town, yeah?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, this is gonna get exciting for me. Right.
We're gonna leave it here until next week.
Very soon. Very soon, mate.
Will John, Wallach, Reinhardt, Elizabeth, the gang, go and fight?
The boat.
Get in
Is
the
the
boat.
boat still ready?
Yes, the boat is still ready. Good memory.
Then yeah, we're going to the lake to fucking sail across the goddamn lake.
You jump into the boat and you immediately start rowing towards the dockyard, Reinhardt and Valak, with all your strength, and then you hear it in the distance. Suddenly there is a loud explosion, and with the explosion you see the first doors of the outer wall collapse, as you notice that some of the shambling men, Reinhardt, seem to carry like some kind of backpacks on them as they're kind of limping on all fours towards the walls. Whilst that's happening, immediately upon the walls, you can hear in the distance horns being raised constantly as men rush to the walls to gather their forces. And as you continue, you can hear it already. Battlements are being risen upon. Some men are climbing to the top and fighting for their lives. As you approach the city, however, you notice already some of the fallen, right? They seem pale-skinned. Not Valak. was Elizabeth. You're the only one who survived, actually. Actually, no, that's not true. All of you have seen them now. Yes, you immediately recognize the same shambling corpses that you fought in the underground, rushing the front walls, some climbing on top of each other, almost like human ladders. Others are blowing through the gates and starting to push their way into the outer city. But town. But whilst that's happening, you dock in the abandoned district. As you do, you can smell it, Valak. Your ancestors who warned you of it mention it to immediately. Once more, you hear the whisper in your head. She's going for the keep. She's going for the keep.
Then what do we do?
Through the catacombs.
I'll agree, and I'll tell the rest of the party what they told me.
Okay.
I'll also actually just straight up summon the ghosts now that we're here.
Yeah, you have 12 specters appear around you. As suddenly they kind of all fly, gentlemen, you notice them, down into the caverns that you found them earlier, and they make their way through the outer walls into the cavern, into the catacombs below. I assume you all follow?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
As you're following through the catacombs, immediately about maybe 60, 80 feet deeper where you found the ghosts, you find an abandoned camp. And there is what looks to be rusted weapons in barrels, as well as seems fresh leathered armor still waiting on one of the tables. Someone was clearly preparing to do a hit and run from underneath here. And as you make your way ever deeper, Valak, you now go from the caverns into a catacomb that you recognize. You are now clearly below the city, making your way upward towards the upper side of the hills. And as you climb, you can hear the kind of what seems to be a sudden an eruption. And Elizabetha, you recognize that as thunderclap being cast. Then a sudden another explosion. This time sounding like maybe fire being ignited in the distance. Some places even have a and you think maybe there's a thunder or lightning, something being shot from the heavens. But as you continue your way ever inward, you make it into the Ashen Keep. Suddenly, you are looking inside, you are within. You're within the fortress, there's no one around, and yet you can hear clearly fighting happening in the courtyard. And among some of the people who are inside the courtyard, the keep, you see that there are cooks, some people kind of preparing barricades, a basic militiaman waiting for the main entryway, and then they see you turn towards you almost aggressively, but their eyes darting between your armor, between who you are, how did you get in here, as one in common shouts out, "Who are you? How did you get in here? How comes? No, too late for that. What are those?" He kind of like looks at the ghost behind you. I'm actually going to roll a morale check. The militiaman holds. And he kind of holds his nerve. Are you reinforcements?
Yes.
I suppose you can call us that.
Rest easy, child.
We're in deep trouble. We're in deep trouble.
What's going on? What's behind you?
The entire courtyard's been overrun by monstrosities I cannot explain. They're kind of feasting on the people outside.
Hold on, no.
Is
it? How many people are here?
There's maybe about 11 or so militiamen. They look like cooks and maids, to be honest with you. But they're making a basic barricade.
Good. They're in the presence of a paladin.
Yeah.
So I shall use my holy charisma to bless them.
Oh, man.
Can't you not
I'm going to encourage them. Yeah, I'm going to encourage them.
Starts aura farming on the goddamn peasants.
Yeah.
Keep
Got my cape going.
You can even do like you can do the whole shoulder meme. Just do heroism. But that's wasting your spell slot.
Brave men and women. So you have never picked up a weapon in your entire lives. But mark my words, your family is being tortured, murdered right now. Save them. Save everyone that you can. Do not let these monstrosities touch or kill consume them. You're in the presence of a paladin. We shall bring the dawn to your town.
As you say that, some of them do rally to you. You know what? You must be sent from Belifander himself, man, because for a second I thought we were being flanked, but you're right. Stop being fucking cowards, people. Open the front door. Come on. Our prince needs us. And you watch these 11 militiamen head for the front door, open the doors, and Vasily turns around. What in the heavens? And as you see that, immediately you stumble and notice, I assume you follow them out, a grand courtyard now completely scattered with bodies, with Lisa facing off with Vasily, who seems to have formed a basic shield wall with the remainder of his guard. And there seems to be like demonic creatures that some of you recognize floating around in the sky right now. These kind of specters of purple, and amongst them you also see the shambling corpses, kind of literally ripping men, flesh and bone, their jaws open and noses off as they kind of bite into the flesh. But as you open the doors, they kind of lift their heads, look towards you with their bloody mouths, and start shambling towards you and the party. Whilst you notice Lisa has, actually not for Lisa, Elizabeth, you recognize the two vampiric women that dragged you, almost fed on your blood, surrounding and dancing almost like marionettes around Lisa in their red dresses. As you kind of walk into the scene, feel free to drop yourselves, gentlemen, in the upper branch. But as Vasily kind of looks back towards you, and Lisa kind of looks back again into your eyes, gentlemen, you hear the flapping of wings. And gentlemen, that is where we're going to end.